Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judgment. I'm sorry. We were having a discussion about Victor Gyökeres and how bad he is, and people still defending Victor Gyökeres as a striker for Arsenal. So I apologize for this. And people are still convinced that Victor Gyökeres is the guy, or he's good for Arsenal. So I apologize for this. But let's start this show, people. We got a brilliant panel for you here, of course, with, of course, Kelk is joining us back. And we got Lou back, of course. We got KG, of course. And we got Ashraf Ramis joining us. I just want to say, hit that like button, people, if you guys are here. There's 500 people in the house, so big up everyone that joined us. Let's get the likes up early. We're talking about, I actually want to discuss something that nobody has discussed. Everyone is talking about Enzo Fernández, and should he go? I actually want to discuss, should Chelsea sell Enzo Fernández to Man City? Are Man City a direct rival now to Chelsea? And are Chelsea in a way to strengthening Man City with Enzo Fernández? Or should they sell him somewhere else or keep him? Man United getting Baleba. Does that make Man United midfield one of the strongest in the league now, the most complete in the league? Now Manchester United. And Arsenal got Konsa, who adds a lot to the defensive aspects of the Arsenal game. They got Bruno Fernandes. And now they are looking to add a forward. Who's that forward? Is it Barcola? Maybe they can hijack that. Is it Yildiz? I don't know who they're gonna add, but hit that like button if you guys are here. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And also, I don't know where Liverpool are ranking now, to be honest with you guys. There's only one place to start, actually, which is the midfield discussion. But big up, Lou. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. Guys, I'm just gonna say something. Lou, her channel is pinned in the comment section. Tell the people what is coming up and what do you need and where are you now?
I need people to be my friend, Mo, is what I need. I am 34 subscribers away from 1,000. I was telling the guys I only started going live on my own channel in November. We've done everything. The last couple of weeks, we've actually been doing team reviews. We've been taking all of the teams that we think, you know, that we're looking at in the Premier League. We've looked at City, we've looked at Villa, we've looked at United, Liverpool. We've broken down their squad. We've actually gone to their website, taken their squad list, broken it down, put them in positions, likely in, likely out, and where do we think we're going to go. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock on the channel, I am doing my pre-season predictions with Kai from Behind the Dugouts. Every time he comes on my channel, it's an absolute madness. So if anybody wants to come across, subscribe, get in their thoughts on where the teams are going to finish. But we'll be doing watch-alongs, we'll be doing player reviews, team reviews, the whole shebang, and probably talking about food, because that's where it all ends up in the end.
Yeah. Guys, the link of the channel is right here, so click on it. Go. Let's get her to 1,000 subscribers live now. Like just 30 subscribers away. Let's get her to 1,000 subscribers now. I'm watching the subscriber count for her channel. We can definitely get it to 1,000 now. I'm sure there is at least half of you have not subbed. So just click the freaking link.
I just did.
And let's just go and get it. Let's just go and get it done now.
Same here.
It's getting closer.
Thank
So let's
you,
go.
guys.
Let's do it now. I actually wanna do this in just a way that is different than we're just gonna not discuss. I want to talk about the midfields of everyone. Now that Man United got Baleba, Manchester City are losing Nico Gonzalez. It looks like it. Are they gonna get Enzo Fernández? By the way, they are linked to Adam Wharton. Does Adam Wharton complete their midfield? Where do you rank Man United midfield? Where do you rank Arsenal midfield in comparison with the rest? I actually want to discuss this instead of having the boring thing about having the discussion about the transfers. The first question I want to ask everyone, should Chelsea sell Enzo Fernández to Man City if they consider them direct rivals?
No.
I don't want Enzo Fernández, so please keep him.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
I just don't. I don't rate him that highly, and he's a racist, so I just don't want him near my club.
I don't
think he's what they need. I don't think he's what they need.
Yeah,
He
I
would be
agree.
a luxury. Yeah, we need We need somebody physical in the middle because right now we don't have a midfield. We don't have a midfield at the moment, so I don't know. I don't know how to go into this season.
Why,
I
Kel? You
like
didn't
Billy
like
Anderson
the...
a lot, but I feel sorry for the guy. He's gonna have to do everything, and he's been at the team for a week. So I do
You didn't
feel
like
sorry for
Kovacic
him.
against Aston? I thought Kovacic against Aston was quite good.
I think every team is looking at Kovacic and saying, "Hey, there's our food for the week." So speaking of the food conversation, terrible. Why is Mateo Kovacic on our squad in 2026? He doesn't start. He's not on any elite. There's no like upper echelon team I can think of that would even have him in their squad. We were talking about this with a friend of mine. Current Juventus would not even have him. Like he's just. I don't know why he's favored. I don't know what Nico G did. Did he do something to someone's wife at the club? I don't know. Like I don't know why he has been just absolutely shunted the way he has. Because he's performed every time he's come on to perform. Rodri was out. We won 8 games in a row when he played. When Kovacic had to fill in for Rodri, we went 1-14. So the proof is in the pudding. I don't know why everybody is all over Kovacic at this club right now. I wish he would leave. I don't rate the guy at all. He was terrible on Sunday. He's probably going to be terrible against Bournemouth on Sunday. I don't see us winning that game. The only midfielder who has any physicality who is likely to play is Anderson. I do like the signing a lot. Like I said, he's brand new to the team. He's brand new to the system. I don't even know what the system is. Foden has not looked good in preseason, and that is really disappointing to me because Foden had the summer off. There's no excuses anymore. You know, you got the big money contract. You need to show up this year, buddy. Like this is the rebuild. You need to show up because you're Mr. Manchester City. I don't know why Ryan Cherky was on the bench when we had no creativity. And why is Rico Lewis playing in the year 2026? And why is Jack Grealish still on this team? I don't get it. So we don't have a midfield.
Can I have a take, Kilk, that I said in the Football Terrace days ago, and people thought I was mad? I actually don't think that Man City will be in the conversation without Rodri at all. Like, you're not going to be in the conversation at all.
I thought they will.
Squad going into the season, we will struggle to make Europe. I'm just going to say that right now.
I'm not going to say this.
Midfield going into the season, we will not make Europe.
I don't think you're going to challenge. However, there
So
are
now-
players that if you
now-
can I just finish? Because
Yeah, yeah.
I'll need to go to the bathroom. I actually think there is a player that if you add that player to your team, it will make you competitive. However, it will require Enzo Maresca time to adjust. His name is Adam Wharton because I think he completes
100%
Elliot Anderson. But
Yes.
I still think that even with Adam Wharton, you aren't going to challenge for the league.
No.
And the reason why you aren't going to challenge is Enzo Maresca is brand new. Enzo Maresca is new to this team. And they handed him the team, losing all the experience of Bernardo Silva and of Rodri in the middle. He's basically going to play with a midfield trio that haven't played together ever. Elliot Anderson haven't played with Cherky.
They're not
Maybe even
giving him
Enzo
the tools
Fernández.
either. So
They
far,
haven't
they're
given
not
him the
giving
tools.
him
But I think we're going to struggle this season, to be honest with you. I think you're going to struggle.
Let me counter your point real quick, Mo, about for people that don't think Man City can challenge without Rodri. Rodri's played I just looked it up. He's played 35 games in all competitions over the last 18 months.
Yes.
Last time I checked, Man City challenged last year. They took Arsenal to, what was it, Ash? Like the second to last game of the season?
The third last game week, basically.
Yeah, third last game of the season. So if they
I got one answer for you. Pep
all right, but hold on, real quick. If they took Arsenal all the way to the third to last game of the season last year, with Rodri injuries, not playing, coming in, coming out, Kovacic not there, no Elliot Anderson at the time, Nico G
probably helped.
Right, like Nico G saying this, coming in and helping out for a little bit too, but them finding solutions, right? Why do we think that they can't put together?
Because of Pep.
I thought Pep. I thought
Pep was testing the limits. Pep was taking the team to the limits, to their limit. We now know what Bernardo Silva was doing, running around and covering ground. You now know how Pep Guardiola utilized what he had. Right. And by the way, remember that Man City only pushed Arsenal when they got Semenyo and Guehi and when Rodri came back. This is when and also when Arsenal a little bit dropped off. You remember the Wolves game? You remember how Arsenal dropped some points?
Yeah.
Man City pushed Arsenal with Pep Guardiola when he got the tools and Rodri came back. I know that Rodri wasn't the amazing Rodri that we have seen, but I want you to imagine there was no Pep now. There is no Bernardo Silva. There is no Rodri experience. And Nico Gonzalez is going to go and they're going to get a new midfielder. They got no destroyer in that midfield. That midfield now, Ryan Cherki, Enzo Maresca didn't even start the guy because he wants Foden to
the
go.
World Cup.
So did Anderson, Haaland, and Nico O'Reilly. And they all
but look,
Gavardiol came back. Gavardiol came back. And by the way, I'm going to tell you something. Turkey didn't even play in the World Cup. So
yeah, but he played in the last game though. They played him in the last game. Haaland's not human. Like Haaland could miss the whole summer training and you would still start him because he takes care of himself. I'll be honest with you.
Haaland can't do anything if they don't get him the ball. So Haaland can be the best ever in the world. Hold on. As it stands right now,
I'm gonna go for a minute, guys. Just give me 2 minutes. Go ahead.
As it stands, deep and correct me if this is wrong. As it stands, you have Kovacic, who most of your fan base don't rate. Anderson, who, as you say, is new. I personally think he's overrated. And Nico G, who looks like he's on his way out the door. You look likely to get Buadi, but it's not over the line yet. And that's it. So as it stands, you've Kovacic and Anderson. Nico G is likely to go with Buadi coming in, who's also young and unproven in the league. That's what you've got. On your left wing, you've got an injured Doku and Jack Grealish. Then you've got Foden, who underwhelming to date unless that changes. On the right, you've got Semenyo, and I think his backup is like a younger player, Makedo. So Haaland can be sensational, but if you can't get it to Haaland,
as it stands, it's Savinho, but he's refusing to show up, so I don't think we're going to count.
So
I think we're counting him.
I was going to say, we did a prediction show last week on another channel, and one of the questions was a bold prediction that you'd make for this season. And mine was, I think Nico Gonzalez will step in and step in Rodri's boots. He will step in and not to the point where he'll be as good as Rodri this season. I think maybe in the long run he could be, who knows? Because he is a La Masia graduate. He's 24. He's physical. He's good on the ball. He's good at winning the ball back. And we saw last season when he played and Rodri was injured, there were 5, 6, 7 games in a row where they looked incredible. That he was the main guy in the midfield there. And I said, as long as they keep him, and I think he gets that adaptation and just adjust with Elliot Anderson, obviously, who's his new midfielder, I think they'll do fun and they'll challenge. I don't think they'll win the league, but they'll challenge. And then I see the news today or yesterday that he's leaving. And I was like, what is your club doing? You're okay, Buadi. I'm half Moroccan. I love Buadi. He's an amazing talent. He's an amazing player to have for the future. In 4 or 5 years, he could be a superstar. Mm-hmm. But Buadi now, and I'll tell you this, even Adam Wharton, I don't think helps you challenge. It's a bit of a lightweight midfield. Yes, Adam Wharton is really good on the ball. Doesn't give you the stuff that Rodri can give you off the ball as well. And he's not as intelligent as Rodri on the ball either. As good as he is, he's not as close. Whereas Nico Gonzalez
Yeah,
knows the system a lot better.
but nobody will be as intelligent as Rodri on the ball.
But this is where I'll
that
disagree.
doesn't exist outside of Rodri.
But this is where I'll disagree, because first of all, people said the same thing when Rodri came to take over Fernandinho, and now Rodri shits all over Fernandinho's legacy. It's not even a comparison. The reality is, we already saw last season City playing fantastic football with Nico Gonzalez in your team. I'm not saying he would have been as good as Rodri next season, but I'm saying he would have definitely made you feel his absence a lot less than any midfielder you could get in the league. The only midfielder I think you could have got, who is also not as good as Rodri, but at least would have reduced the absence, would have been Bruno Guimaraes. And you didn't end up going for him. Or he chose Arsenal, whatever the reason is.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you're letting go of Nico Gonzalez...
we didn't even look at him.
Yeah, which I think is crazy.
Understand.
I think it's crazy. So now, honestly, letting go of Nico Gonzalez, in my opinion, it's an incredibly damaging loss.
That's what I was saying. Rodri hasn't been Rodri, the Man City Rodri, in 2 years. The Rodri that we saw in the World Cup, I've seen Enzo Fernández be one of the best midfielders in the World Cup. And when it comes to the Premier League, it's a totally different ballgame. So yes, it sucks losing the leadership of a Rodri, the leadership of a Pep, the leadership of a Bernardo Silva. But City's biggest problem over the last 3 years is your recruitment has been poor. Like, you've missed on a lot of targets. And when I say targets, like you've secured those targets, but they just haven't worked out for whatever reasons, right? The old days of you all hitting on KDB, Mahrez, Sterling when he came from Liverpool, Holland, which was pretty much a no-brainer and stuff like that. You've had Mamouche. Mamouche, what is he? Is he a striker? Is he a shadow striker? Is he a winger?
The best profile.
None of it, right? You can't move him on because he's on 300K, right? You hit the jackpot with Turkey, but Nico Gonzalez, Kovacic was poor. I like Guehi. I do like Kusanov and some of those folks. But overall, your recruitment has been the reason, like, not Pep, not Enzo Maresca. I don't think if you do not challenge this year, I don't think it will be because of Maresca. I just think it will be because your recruitment hasn't set you up to continuously and be consistent across a 38-game Premier League season while competing in the Champions League, while competing in the domestic cups. I think you'll be in and around it. But, Kel, to be honest with you, I think your season and how serious you go depends on the next 2 weeks and what you do in the transfer window.
Oh yeah, because if it's this squad as of today, which they just put on City Extra, that will not make Europe. That won't even make the Conference League.
Woo!
That literally won't even make the Conference League. That will probably finish tonight. Well, because the other teams just got better too. Like Bournemouth is right there, Brentford are right there, Brighton are there. Leeds look like they're going to get better. Like these teams are getting better. Fulham, I think Fulham could probably do something. I like Fulham a lot. But,
I'm sorry, Kel, but I think that is also another extreme, because the reality is, yes, you have problems, but you still have a better squad than the other teams, in my opinion, outside.
I would say
you have
maybe
the
in the 11, yeah, but there is no bench. There is no bench.
I think your defensive bench. I think your defensive bench is better than any other team.
If their squad is so good, who starts? He's injured.
Doku.
He's injured.
He's injured.
He played against Arsenal. He got injured again.
So
it's not a major injury, though.
Honestly, I would put Semenyo on the left wing.
That's my point. If Semenyo gets injured, what do they do?
Semenyo on the left is better than on the right. So I would.
But then who do you put on the right?
Yeah, but then
that's where
guys,
it becomes a mess.
That is literally an argument for most clubs, though. Like, for example, look at United. If Bruno gets injured,
we have two in every position minimum.
Yeah,
we have two in every position.
Really?
Minimum.
So who's your backup for Bruno?
We have loads of players that can play in the 10. The whole problem was we bought so many players that can play in the 10. Both Cunha and Mbeumo can play in the 10.
But then who'll play left wing if Cunha plays in the 10?
Rashford? You ever heard of him? Dorgu? You ever heard of him? Really?
Rashford? Come on.
Yes, have you heard of him? Marcus Rashford?
I have, and that's why I did the
Manchester United player. Head last season at Barcelona.
Yeah, they're like
exactly, and he flopped at Barcelona, right?
No, we didn't flop at Barcelona. No, we didn't flop at Barcelona. They come out and actively said they were very happy with him. And
they said that, and they didn't buy him for a reason.
You can go with your own team all you want. Don't start coming at mine with things that aren't true.
I promise you, they call me a Barca. They call me a Barca glazer because I watch.
I'm telling you,
he was garbage for Barcelona. There's a reason why they didn't buy him.
Manchester City do not have the second best squad in the league. Absolutely. Full stop.
who-
They don't.
Okay, one
You
second.
just
One second. So
said
let's
it. You
just,
said it.
let's
So
just,
not
let's,
who
let's just,
said
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
said it.
I did. And I'm going to back it up. I'm going to back it up now.
Back it up.
So first of all, without a question, they have the second best defense in the league because they have Gvardiol, Guehi, Matthias Nunes, who's the second best or third best right back in the league, in my opinion, Nico O'Reilly, Ait Nouri, and they have Diaz, who's experienced, and Kusanov. That's already a better defense than any of
Who
your
goes
teams
at right
outside
back?
And
Arsenal.
maybe Victor Hayes as well.
Matthias
He had a
Nunes.
very good
Yeah, he
season
looks
for us.
Yeah,
He
there you go. But he's a youngster, so I don't want to add him there right now. But fair enough.
Mhm.
So that's
He might
already a
be
better
backup
defense than
six.
any
Better
other
watch
team.
out for that one.
Now go to midfield.
Then you go to midfield. I think it's crazy that they're letting go of Nico Gonzalez, and I'm
Okay,
gonna
but
count
they
him
are.
out since apparently he's gone. So that's Elliot Anderson. But then if they're getting Adam Wharton, who I don't think is the solution, but he's still-
There's gonna be Chelsea are competing for him.
okay, whatever. Which means they'll get Enzo then. So they'll get one of them because they're not gonna get zero.
Just say they're
Right.
getting two bodies in midfield.
Exactly.
Two
So they'll get Buadi, let's say Enzo or Wharton, and they have Elliot Anderson, Shirky. The backup would be Foden, I'm assuming, for Shirky.
Yeah,
That's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's not bad.
And you're
I don't think it's good
people
enough to
that you don't
challenge.
know who they are. You don't know how good they're going to be. You don't know how they're going to fit in. You don't know when they're going to arrive.
Yeah, but then
You're
that
but
goes-
you're
same
counting
goes for
people
you,
that
right?
don't exist right now.
No, but same goes. No, I'm counting things that we know. Okay, by that logic, Nico
You
Gonzalez is
don't
still there.
know.
No, Nico
Okay.
Gonzalez is still there, so we
Okay,
shouldn't
so
rule him
leave
out then.
Nico Gonzalez there then.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's Nico
You just
Gonzalez.
started Nico
Shirky.
Gonzalez with Anderson. I think a lot of your problems are fixed, but
Yeah,
for now,
I
for
agree.
based on current squad. But oh no, we
And-
have to
and-
play Kovacic, who's dog shit. I don't know why.
And what I was gonna say is when you say you don't know how these people will fit, but we
Mhm.
can say the same thing about United. I think, by the way, I tweeted today. I think United have the second best midfield in the league with Baleba coming in. But you can also argue you don't know how Baleba, Tielemans, and Andre Santos will fit in. What if they don't gel? What if it doesn't work out?
On
As you
paper.
mentioned before, I'll quote you.
I
Lou.
didn't say United have the second best team in the league, though.
No. I know,
So-
but
That's what
I
we're
know,
talking
but
about.
when I say they're better than all of you, I have to do a comparison, right? I'm not saying they're better than
Mhm.
Madrid. I have to do a comparison within the league. Liverpool don't have a better team than theirs. I don't think United are there yet, and I think Chelsea are the closest, but I still don't think they have a better squad because I think City are clear defensively, in my opinion, and attacking wise, I think the front three of City in the starting 11 is better than Chelsea's. The bench is better for Chelsea for sure, but the attacking 11, the attacking front three is better. The attacking front four, if you include Shirky as well, is better. I think to say they would be 5th, 6th, 7th.
I
Who
think
said
our
that?
front three is better.
Who said 5th, 6th, 7th? I said not second.
No,
best,
not
and
you, not you,
changed that to
Kel.
5th, 6th, 7th. Come on,
Lou,
now.
I'm the one being
Lou.
overdramatic
You're jumping
here.
the gun, Lou. Kelk said we might not even get Europa League.
But
Yeah,
what
that's
I
what I
said,
did. I said
we might not get
was that they're
Conference
not
League.
the second best squad. There's
Oh,
massive.
oh
holes.
my God, Conference League is
Massive
even
holes.
crazier.
I am struggling to see it. I'm telling you, the bottom, some of the lower level teams in the Prem are just
You
What?
cannot finish 7th
and they
with
don't have
Haaland in the
Europe to
team.
worry about
Haaland
this
just
year,
does
so
not
they
let
could
you do
probably
that
perform better
happen.
in the Prem.
You can have players like Haaland and Shirky and your defense and finish 7th. It's just not possible.
Man City
Because
ain't
the team
finishing
is too
7th.
good.
Well, nobody rates Maresca, so we really don't know. With Pep,
I
I,
rate-
would say,
I
yeah,
rate
we're definitely
Maresca.
making. I'd say
Maresca is a
we'd be
good
fifth
coach.
at least minimum.
Wait, you
But
guys don't
I
think
don't,
Maresca is a
don't
good
know what I'm
coach?
getting into with Maresca.
But people need to chill on the Community Shield. Yes, Arsenal looked very good and City did not look good, but it's the fucking Community Shield. Like it's a glorified friendly. People are getting back.
No. This nonsense. Of
They took the
friendly.
game
It's a
seriously,
competitive
but they
game.
did.
yeah, I agree
No,
with
They
you.
did. They did.
No,
But
they both started their first teams. It might not be a major
They
trophy,
did, yeah,
but this
yeah,
thing of glorified friendly.
They had 2 players
it's
missing, to be fair.
downplaying
No,
an actual
That's not going to be Man
competitive
City's.
game.
In 4 or 5 weeks, that's not going to be Man City's strongest line.
Agreed.
No, and it doesn't
Agreed.
decide
And-
the title
and in
or
4 or
that,
5
but it's
weeks-
not a glorified friendly.
In 4 or 5 weeks, yes, it is a glorified friendly.
No,
and in
it's
4 or
not.
5
It's
weeks,
not.
that's not going to be Arsenal's first team. People are
Correct.
coming back. All like Saka wasn't there for like fully fit. Rice wasn't there fully
Yeah,
fit.
Saliba,
That's not going to be
Timber, yeah.
everybody's team. Like that's
Yeah.
Enzo Maresca getting a Man City squad with players he's only had for a week that haven't played and don't know how he wants to play. Arsenal was always going to win that game. And then as soon as they got that early goal, they did what Arsenal did. And they actually went out and they played good attacking football and they put City to the sword because you knew that City was going to try to open up and score a little bit, but you knew how good Arsenal's defense
City
is.
also
So-
panicked.
Actually, you bring up a concern of mine because I've talked to a lot of Chelsea people about Maresca, and they say that when his game plan doesn't work, he struggles to make the adjustments. And so 30 seconds into a game, when your game plan goes out the window, I didn't really see adjustments. And so that is something I am a little concerned about.
I can't believe I'm going to be saying, because it sounds like I don't have this. I don't care about, I don't like this club, so I'm not going to defend them. I don't give a shit. I try to have unbiased conversations as much as possible. But wasn't that the same thing we were saying about Pep the last couple of years? That he has his main plan, and when it's clearly not working, he sticks to it, he sticks to it, he sticks to it. They get rinsed, he sticks to it. They get rinsed, they stick to it. But then in the end, it comes out better. I don't think that's a bad thing. The thing is, obviously, KG will know better than all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I think as long as Maresca has a good attacking
he watches
philosophy,
Chelsea more than me, for example?
he probably does. He's a Chelsea fan.
No, he does. It's my job to watch Chelsea.
I mean,
it's not his job.
I mean, he anyways, fine, Mo. I'm sorry, I offended you, the Chelsea fan. I'm sorry. As long as Maresca has a good attacking philosophy, as long as Maresca has a good attacking philosophy, I don't think he has to change that much. But as long as his main philosophy is right, if it is right or not, I don't know if it will be. But we'll have to wait and see.
If City go out, who does City play the first game? Bournemouth, right? It's the way to Bournemouth.
At the Etihad.
No.
I am very leery about that one.
So if you go out and you have a stinker of a performance and lose to Bournemouth, then you start raising the red flags. But I don't think that's going to happen, because Bournemouth had just as much change as any of our clubs, bar Ashraf, bar Arsenal, right? Lost their manager, their players are getting picked apart, no Krupi and things like that. People don't realize the rest of the league. The reason why Arsenal are in such a good position is, yes, they return the best squad. They return a squad that's been gelled and that knows their system. They have the continuity. My squad has had a lot of change. Kill squad's had a lot of change. Lou, even your squad, you've had some change and things like that. Everyone else has so many questions, so many holes, so many problems that they need to address, but we don't know how it's going to shake out. Some of our teams are going to overachieve, and some of us are going to hit the ground running with the new managers and the new systems and stuff like that. Some of us aren't. But if you're telling me that a club like Man City that have the talent that they have, the players that they have, a manager that has experience in the league, that has won things, I don't care what anybody says. You can call him Pep, Fettuccine Pep or whatever you want, and all those names. Maresca overachieved with Chelsea. He got us 4th place, won us 2 trophies. And then circumstances happened where our board screwed him. He was talking behind our back. It is what it is. No one will ever tell me that a guy that also won the championship and walked the championship with Leicester is a bad manager. Is he a young manager? Is he going to make mistakes? Absolutely. None of our managers, even Ashraf with Mikel Arteta, are the finished article. All of our managers are extremely young and extremely new to the pressure of the Premier League. I just think people are they're hitting the panic button on City way too early. City could go out and spend 500 million before the end of this transfer window. Like, they could spend between now and then. They have the money to be able to. They have the money and they have the pull to be able to attract one of my best midfielders, one of the best young midfielders in Ligue 1, Buati. They can go out there and get wingers.
Baller. People are sleeping on him.
City can move like none of our clubs can move, because they have the money. They have the money to. And you can say they might, it's buying the league or whatever. I don't care. I'm a Chelsea fan. We bought many leagues before. It's not my money. I don't give a fuck. So people just need to just pump the brakes a little bit.
I will say though, even though I don't think they'll
opinions. Just because we're not the same. People are allowed to have opinions. They don't have to pump the brakes. People are basing their opinion on what they see. So you see Maresca. It's not, for me, it's not about Maresca per se. It's about not Pep. And yes, Pep wasn't at his peak, I think, for the last 2 years, if I'm totally honest.
Honestly, 3.
And it was sort of rumored, and I don't know if I've ever spoke about this on here, Mo. It was rumored before we got Amram that City were looking at Amram, because the guy that normally works with him moved to City, and normally he goes and then Amram follows. So the idea supposedly was that Pep was to leave, Amram was to go in, and that was all planned. And then we took Amram, Pep decided to stay, then he had the problems in his personal life, and it all sort of snowballed a bit from there. And then he sort of came back around. But so Pep hasn't been tip-top Pep for a little while. So that does have to be taken into account. But at the end of the day, when you lose a manager the level of Pep, when you lose, it's not about Rodri's the best player on the planet. When you lose together Silva, Rodri, Pep, that sort of unit of leadership and experience, all at one time after recently losing Kevin De Bruyne, and what you've got left is injured Doku, Semenyo with no backup, and Kovacic and Anderson in your midfield, like that, there is going to be a drop off. It's not about picking on Maresca because he's a bad manager. It's about just looking at like things happen. Do you know what I mean? There is going to be a
Luke, can I ask
drop-off.
you, where do you think they'll finish next season? Like or do you want to save that for your prediction?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Fine. That's fair. That's why. Okay,
they're not going to win the league.
Yeah, I don't think they win the league. I even said earlier at the start, I don't think they challenge without Rodri and without Nico Gonzalez, unless they do something crazy in the window, which you never know, they could do. Yeah. But as things stand right now, I don't think they challenge. But I don't think they drop out of the top 4 either.
I don't think they're going to be
if this is our squad going into the season, we are not in top 4. I'm just
but who are you telling? Look at the other teams.
I have a lot of doubts right now because some of these players, Adam Wharton, Alex Scott, who we've just been linked to as well, they didn't go to the World Cup. Why are you waiting until 10 days to go, 12 days to go? I don't know how many days to go in the winter.
You're leaving it extremely. You're leaving it extremely late.
Yeah, it's just a lot to do.
But
can I ask you? Can we go back to the question? Let me do the super chats and go back to the question that I wanted to ask. No more Gyökeres talk, for fuck's sake. Guys, Gyökeres is the main talking point. Guys, this is the striker of the league champions, the Champions League finalists that lost with penalties. This is the main talking point. Arsenal strengthening the midfield. Arsenal strengthening defense with Konsa. What is left is the attack. So the question is always...
I mean, he's not going to be a starting striker, though.
Yeah, does their system even rely on a starting striker?
You know what, Ashraf? Wallahi,
better with a false 9.
If people answer me this and say, he's not our starting striker, talk about Havertz, I would move on. The problem is, people tell me that we need to speak about Gyökeres because we need to feed him and he's going to get us a lot of goals. And then people start talking about Atletico Madrid. That is why it's a discussion. People think I want to discuss Gyökeres. For me, Arsenal should put Gyökeres as a second striker behind Havertz.
Agreed.
As bad as Havertz is, he is better than Gyökeres as a striker.
I think neither of them should start, honestly.
It doesn't matter, but if you have both, I think Havertz should start.
No, but we already have a better striker in the team. We don't like. We have to buy someone. 100%. You ask people, why do you want to start? What does Gyökeres have over Havertz? Finishing. Okay, Moreno's a better finisher. But Moreno doesn't have the speed and the movement of Gyökeres. Okay, Havertz does. So I don't understand. What's your logic? What do you want? If you want a better finisher, Moreno is a better finisher. He's better on the ball. He's better in the air. Yes, he's not quick, but he's intelligent enough to be at the right place at the right time. So listen, both our starting strikers are garbage, and I really hope Moreno is the one that plays up top. Anyways, it's a conversation.
Hey Don, nobody respected your super chat, by the way, because they just kept talking about Gyökeres. Me and Lou didn't say one thing. We respect you. We value as a valuable member
100%.
Big up, community.
The worry about with Baleba is attitude. He's fucking 21 years old. He doesn't have
first of all, he's 25 and what he means. Yeah, but I know what he means because he's...
Can you read the super chat then? Just read it if you want to respond to it.
Tom's from my channel, so I know what he means.
Okay, I want to read it for the people.
You read it.
There is a player there, but last season he stunk the gaff out because he didn't get his move. But that to me just gives off Garnacho vibes. We don't need any of that. Number one, you're gonna sign him, Tom. Number two, I think at Man United he ain't a superstar. There are way bigger players than him around him. So he can't have that attitude. Normally people have this attitude when they think they're the shit at that club. And Baleba, I think his head got big when Man United wanted him. There was like the 100 million talk. And I think at Man United, Tielemans is bigger than him. Bruno's bigger than him. I think there are other players around him that will have him under their wing. So he won't have to be, oh my God, I gotta be the start and stuff like this. So I don't think you have to worry about the attitude at all. The number 3 that I want to just add, he plays under Michael Carrick, which is one of the best midfielders that played over the last 20 years. So he'll definitely go in to learn from that. So I think he's going to learn. I don't think he's going to have the attitude that you talk about, to be honest with you.
Trossard had attitude at Brighton and fell off with De Zerbi, blah, blah, blah. Do you think any Arsenal fan regrets getting Trossard?
Even
you don't have to be the biggest player, though, to have an attitude.
Any attitude.
But I think the attitude comes from when he wanted to go.
Right, but Man United over the years have fostered attitude problems in multiple players that were not big stars. I personally don't have an issue with attitude as such, if I'm honest. For me, it's more mentality. Not he didn't get what he wanted, he threw his toys out of the pram. He didn't get what he wanted to the point where it disrupted him so badly that he had a bad season. Now, what I will say is, because I've seen a lot of people say he had one good season, one bad season. That's not true. He had 2 really good seasons before a bad season last season. I agree with you with the Michael Carrick thing. I'm very mixed up, if I'm honest, about the Baleba deal. I didn't want him. I didn't want to go backwards to... We had not been linked to Baleba by any journalist with active ongoing interest at all this summer by anybody other than Ben Jacobs. Every single other journalist said that it was old interest from last summer, and then people speculating that there was nothing new until it came out today. Ben Jacobs was the only one that actively linked us to him this summer. So there's people have concerns that we're going back through the archives because we were previously linked to Tielemans, got him this summer. We were actually linked to Santos in January, got him in the summer. So what people are worried about is that the buying department are not actually actively looking for people in this window. They've got a bit lazy. They've gone through the archives, looking at players we wanted before and went, that one will do. Now, I was kind of against it.
Isn't he injured now?
Well, that's the next thing. He's injured until the end of September, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, because they thought it was going to be longer. It's to do with his ankle ligament. They thought it was going to be longer. And then Simon Jones came out and said, no, it's not as bad as they first thought. He's going to be back at the end of September. I was like, imagine to think it was if that's the better option. But what I will say, look, I have concerns. I have concerns over the price. I have concerns over the fact that we seem to have gone back through the archives. I do have concerns about the mentality of a player who falls off for an entire season because they didn't get what they wanted. And I have concerns about the fact that we're buying another injured player because we did it with Højlund, didn't work. We did it with Mount, didn't work. We have this thing of buy-in players that are already injured when we're buying them. So I have a little bit of a concern around that. However, I did go back through his numbers. I did look at his previous seasons, not just last season, the season before and 2 seasons ago. And actually his numbers were consistently very, very good defensively for 2 seasons, not for 1 season. His positional discipline is very good. He's fast, which is something we don't have elsewhere in our midfield. And like that, in the areas he does need improvement, if somebody can do that or bring him back to his best, then I think Michael Carrick is in a good position to be able to do that. So he does give us things we don't have. I think there are concerns and things we need to be cautious with. But I also think, look, he is a young man. If we can get him going, we've got him for a very long time. He's clearly dedicated to playing for Man United. He will bleed for the badge, which is absolutely something we all want. And he can improve. So I think cautiously optimistic is probably where I'd go with it. Wouldn't have been my number one. Wouldn't have been the person I would have picked. But if he's coming in, I'm cautiously optimistic while being aware of the things that could go wrong. And I see Paz there, Tielemans, Kabi and Baleba. It's going to be Santos. Santos, I think, is going to be starting. I think Santos is going to start. Tielemans is a little slow. I think Tielemans is going to end up being a backup player. I think he's going to be a squad rotation player. I think Santos is going to be the starter. He started every single preseason match. He's been sensational in all of them. And he's the most defensive player that we have. So if Baleba's not going to be available immediately, as a defensive midfielder, it's Santos. It's not Tielemans or Mane. So I think Santos is the starter and one of the others.
I think it's bullshit that people, real quick, Mo, I think it's bullshit that people label Baleba with an attitude problem. If you don't know the player, if you don't know what happened in the camp, he was injured all of last year. So I'm sure he was frustrated. But to say that Baleba has an attitude problem because he didn't get his move, he still went out there. I didn't hear any things about him causing a ruckus at Brighton or being disruptive. He didn't play well because he was fucking injured. Like, that happens with players, and it happens with young players who have their development.
He doesn't have an attitude, and then say the reason he didn't play well was because of the injury and nothing to do with not getting the move. We're all speculating. Nobody knows, not even you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't know the player and you don't know, like, there's obvious cases where players will go public and will say X, Y, and Z. Enzo Fernández publicly twerked for Real Madrid, publicly twerked for other clubs. So you know that there's twerking. Right when you came on the stream, Ram, I had to get your attention, so I just mentioned twerk. So you know that there's an actual, like, he probably has an attitude problem, right? But for someone like Baleba, I'm like, people are trying to assassinate his character. I'm like, yo, he's still 21.
Nobody's trying to assassinate his character.
He's 22. That's what the super chat said.
No, you're
way off. You're exaggerating.
That's what the super chat said.
Lou, it's not you, it's others.
You're defending him because he's your guy.
No, I'm defending
I'm giving you the outside
something
perspective.
He didn't say.
I'm
You're saying
saying
he's assassinating somebody's character for one comment. He's given an opinion exactly the way you are. He hasn't said he's a horrible person. He hasn't said he hates them. He hasn't said he's shit. He said that he has a concern about X, which he's fully entitled to as a fan.
So
he hasn't said anything nasty.
I will say in response to that, if you're not trying to assassinate your character, you're giving a shitty opinion.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. But I mean, I think you went.
But I respect you for sticking up with your guy though.
But no, it's not that. I think we have to make sure that we're not like taking somebody's opinion and then putting words in their mouth. Like he said, he has a concern about X. That doesn't mean he's assassinating his character. Me saying that I didn't want Marcus Rashford back because he was out on the drink instead of training. I think he's lazy and he's a terrible attitude. That's potentially me kind of assassinating his character. I don't think that's the same as saying
I'm sorry, Lou. I just read it again because I thought maybe I didn't read it correctly. He literally says the worry with Baleba is attitude. There is a player there, but last season he stung the gaff out because he didn't get his move. That is assassinating his character because you're basically saying the reason he didn't perform well is because he didn't get his move. He didn't give him any benefit of the doubt. No, he didn't. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You don't know what you're doing, giving opinions.
I know, but he is assassinating his character with no actual evidence. What if he, as KG said, he was injured last season, so why was that not taken into account? That's the same thing people do with Mbappe when they say, look, it is funny, and I laugh when I see the memes, when they say dictator, the general, when there's no evidence of that. Oh, this guy came back to training 2 days early. Does a dictator do that? Like, people don't like to look at the good things a player does. They'll say, oh, he's got attitude problems. Why? Because he was upset that he didn't get his move. That's any human.
I'm not about being unnecessarily nasty about a player, and I'm never on my channel. I'm not that way at all. But I don't think we can all sit up here giving opinions and then give out when somebody else gives an opinion. Do you know what I mean? Like, we go after people all the time. We've given loads of criticism to loads of different players. You have given loads of criticism to players.
But it has to be evidence-based, right? I don't criticize someone with no evidence.
So in his opinion, it was based on not getting the move, not on the injury. I personally would agree the injury probably impacted it as well. But I just don't think we can, I don't think we should be putting words in people's mouths that weren't said.
All right.
His words were attitude. He didn't put anything in his mouth. He literally said the word with attitude.
I appreciate your super chat. You caused a lot of controversy.
By the way, it is his opinion. I agree, but it's okay for us to judge his opinion too.
I'm just gonna tell you guys something. I don't think that Baleba has an attitude at all. Like, he was injured, he didn't play well. He's a young player. I don't know if we know the ins and outs. There's no public information about his attitude. Anyway, I think Baleba is for the future, not next season for me. This when I rate my player, not yet. This when I rate my team, not yet. He might be for the future, but I think he's a good addition. The profile of Man United. If Man United, and I said that on the Football Terrace, if Man United are getting the player that played for the 2 seasons before last, Man United got a gem on their hands. And we have seen this. There is a lot of players that go and revive their career in somewhere else because they had a dip for injuries, for not fitting a system or something like this. It happens, and sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes players cannot revive their careers. Jadon Sancho couldn't do it, for example, because he stayed too long, right? Dipping. But there are some players that can revive their career somewhere else. It happened before. So, to me, 50, 60 million for him. If Man United are getting the right player, it's actually a gem on their hand because he has a lot of talent, but he didn't show it last season, which is, we will see what happens, to be honest with you. What is the best panelist? Paz, bring him here. Now, are you, Robert, are you disrespecting Ashraf as the Arsenal representative?
God damn.
Are you disrespecting Ashraf, Robert?
Paz is in the comments, man. That's where Paz is.
I like Paz, man.
Paz.
How much did Paz pay you to send that chat?
You don't like Ashraf. And that's why you want
Paz
in here.
By the way,
Ashraf.
Just to let everyone know in the comments, especially Paz, I was talking generally, not directed at you.
And also, by the way, Robert, just to let you know, let me just finish it. tomorrow passes on at 10:30 a.m. UK time. We got a show with him. And the box office, of course, after getting Baleba, his number one target. Touchline.
Oh my god, that is going to be unbearable, bro. I'll tune in anyway.
I know that touchline will say that now they will win the league because Baleba was his number one target.
Was it? I thought it was Shuameni. It was Shuameni.
No, he doesn't rate Shuameni.
I'm sorry.
Baleba.
Mo, you better bring this up tomorrow because this touchline is a flip-flop fraud. He said a couple of weeks back, before Rashford came back, he said, all this that I'm saying is assuming that Rashford doesn't come back. I swear if Rashford comes back, I'm changing everything. Then we're not competing. If Rashford comes back, we are shit. We're a joke if Rashford comes back. And 2 weeks ago, last week, he was saying on the catch-up, oh, no, we have Rashford who can play there. Rashford is good. This guy's such a flip-flop. He literally a month ago was saying if Rashford comes back to his club, he's changing his whole opinion and they're not going to win the league and they won't even compete and shit.
Careful,
and now
Ashraf.
Rashford is a solution.
Ashraf, you're assassinating touchline character. Big up Archie.
Hey, that's a good. Hey, that was a good.
My
touchline
man,
impersonation.
Archie, 1-0 Archie. 1-0 Archie
Right.
from the chat. 1-0 Archie.
I'm
from
using,
the
see,
chat.
I just said, as I said earlier, I'm using
1-0.
evidence. I gave you evidence of when Touchline
Hey,
said this on Mo's stream. He said, we are winning the league, but all this will change if Rashford comes back to the club. And on the catch-up a week ago, he thinks I didn't watch it. A week ago, on the catch-up, he's like, yeah, we have Rashford. He's a good backup. He's better than any of your backups. Bro, I'm going to probably tune in tomorrow just to send that.
Let me finish this. First time in a while, I can say Man United has better midfield than City. I never thought that would say these words. I'm excited for the season. Big up Mo. I'm actually excited to see what Man United can do next season. Can I respond? Right?
Oh,
Is it okay to respond?
So does that mean they're going to finish ahead of us for the first
Oh,
time?
this leads to
in
Mo's
14
first
years?
question.
Respond.
More
I was
plans
gonna have
are
a
okay.
I was gonna start a discussion if that was okay with
No.
you.
I have a question that I want to ask and I want to answer in 5 minutes from everyone. But I'm waiting to finish the super chat. Kenny, I'm excited to see what Man United can do. Actually, this season, Kenny. I'm so excited about the Man United team. Have shame, Mo, you excluded Liverpool from the poll. Guys, just a simple question. No Ram to answer this. Does Liverpool get included in the best attack in the league currently? I put Chelsea, City, Arsenal, Man United.
At this moment,
No.
At this moment.
no.
So I was right to exclude them from that poll of the 4 teams, right?
Give it
Okay.
give it another week. Give it another week.
When Arsenal hijacked Barcola. Is
When
that what we're
Mbaye
saying?
joined. No, when Mbaye
Mo, they just need
Barcola,
to
good luck to you.
they just need to agree personal terms with Barcola for the 7th straight week, and then we'll be okay.
I swear these
Ikea.
owners have no life.
I
actually
actually
put-
watched
Same
PSG,
fucking
Barcola,
thing
and all
every
that.
week, bro. Every
It's not
week
worth the
they
money.
say the same thing.
Mo,
where
weren't
is-
you going to ask your question about the midfield? Oh, okay. Finish.
That was my
there's so
question,
many-
but Mo doesn't want to have a
Okay,
discussion
there's so
about it.
many super chats, but I just want to. I'm gonna just
No, most women in the
about
money right
Baleba.
now.
Why pay 70 for Baleba when 10 more get you to number one? They paid 54 plus 6. Why are you adding another 10 to it? It's 50.
He meant euros. He meant
When
euros.
did
He
Real
meant
Madrid
euros.
say
euros.
they would sell too many?
I'm gonna tell you something. Chouameni isn't for sale for 80 million euros. That's
They don't
not
have a
in your
stick.
dreams.
That's who rejected them. They don't have a 6.
And
It's
Schumann
not
is going to
in
be
your
on
dream.
300K a week, so Baleba is
Blood.
not going to be on 300K.
You know,
Yeah,
Baleba
that's
was
true
in
as well.
12.5K a week, right?
Yeah, bro.
Right.
Mo was making more money
What
than
the-
Baleba last year.
La ilaha illallah, la ilaha
Bro, Mo
illallah.
still makes more money than Baleba.
We appreciate
bro.
the super
Mo,
chats,
look at
folks.
the salary. Big up, Mo.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Mo just a minute ago said Mo just a minute. Yeah, mashallah, mashallah, I don't want to jinx him, mashallah. Mo just a minute ago said, oh my God, there are so many super chats. How am I going to wipe my ass with all this money? So many super chats. How do I get through them? Like, oh my God. Guys, please stop sending more of them.
He can start a fire with all the money in the winter.
Mo,
when he's cold.
Inter Milan turning to English Milan this summer. Yeah, of course. English
Hey, bro,
nationale.
Hey,
First
enter
time-
English
first time
again.
we've done business together.
Nationale.
Since
By the way,
I
I'm
don't
gonna tell you
know your
something.
opinion on John Stones.
I actually think we're gonna reach the Champions League final again this season.
No, you're not.
Oh boy.
Behave yourself.
Embarrassed by PSG again?
Behave yourself. What is wrong with
If
you?
PSG reach there.
Oh,
I think
behave
the nations
yourself.
Champions League
No,
final
you
again.
cannot.
Bro, you're
You'll
not
see.
even top 6 clubs in
You've-
Europe.
Hang
bro.
on.
Stop
No.
it.
I'm
You'll
not
see,
having
you'll
it.
see.
What's your
attack?
They're
Please-
going to wrap up Ligue 1 by March, probably.
Please name me your strikers, and you will understand why we don't think this. Please name me
Lautaro
your
and
strikers.
Marcus Thuram.
You
Lautaro
don't
and
even
Marcus
rate
Thuram.
these guys. You don't.
No.
You
I
don't rate
don't.
these guys. You
I
don't
rate
rate.
Thuram a lot. I rate
No, he
Boni
rates
a
Thuram.
lot.
He doesn't rate Lautaro.
And I
And
actually
Lautaro
think
is
that
a-
What about
Lautaro.
Lautaro? What are you
I
talking
think-
about?
I think Lautaro is a very good box striker. The problem is, for many times, he was asked to do the playmaking outside. He was asked to drop and stuff like this. Lautaro, his finishing is good. I think he finishes a lot of.
I'm sorry. You have to
I'm
play.
gonna tell you
have to
something,
give-
Ram. Our
and then-
attack is better than yours. Have some shame.
Oh,
Shut up.
no, but
You'll
hey,
see.
Have some damn shame.
Have some shame. You got one
You
attacker.
got
bro.
Thuram.
Shut up, bro.
Ram.
And Martinez.
Ram, I wanna
Thuram
back
and
you, Ram,
Martinez.
but it's
This
very
side
difficult,
wipes
Ram.
the
It's
floor
dark
out of
for you,
both of
bro.
them.
It's dark.
Both of them.
It's dark for you, bro.
No, it's not dark.
For you.
Well, if
It's dark.
Isak
You're
can
just being
stay out of the
delulu.
training room because
You're being
that guy's
delulu.
very injury prone.
I want you here on the show, and if Isak gets injured, then I want you here on the show.
Okay.
Isak is injured,
I
and
won't
you are
hide.
playing.
You know I won't hide.
And you and by the way, they're asking Sam to get out of marriage and actually fly from Jordan and actually play as a striker because they got no striker to play. So
Oh, we got-
Why does he
don't
have to
worry.
get out of marriage to go play football? So what, marriage
he
does not
ju-
allow you to play football?
Apparently not.
I don't think she's allowing him. I think she would allow him to fly that early, bro.
Whoa,
just
whoa,
got
whoa,
married.
whoa. The woman's
Whoa.
wearing the pants in that relationship? Ooh.
Whoa, wait. Can we
Yeah,
just?
but
He
Can we
congrats
just
just?
to
got
Sam again,
married,
Bradley. Congrats to
people.
Sam.
Can we just?
Imagine if Osam just got married and he's like, by the way, I'm off to play as a striker for Liverpool.
Mo's the ITK.
Can I just, where is Maresca
Yeah.
mentality? Where is Maresca mentality in winning a league?
Oh
Come
my
on.
God, Ornstein Bomba.
He won the championship. Oh,
Tottenham
sorry, that was a
Hotspur
bit- that
working
was-
on double deal to sign Savinho and Omar Marmoush. from
God
Manchester
damn.
City.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's right
Oh, Tottenham
here.
is mad.
That's not
for
the
a
first
year.
time, man.
They
The
will
signing,
pay
no, but
up.
Marmoush as well.
Pay up. Just fucking pay
Yeah.
up. We're being cheap asses.
Well,
Marmoush
Marmoush
has been
is
linked away a couple of times.
your
Guys, can I
Marmoush
tell
to
you
Tottenham
something?
is actually
Guys,
quite good.
can I tell you
Very
something?
good.
Can I tell you something? You know what that means, huh?
What?
Does anybody,
What?
can someone know what that, can someone just think
Oh,
about
Gakpo.
what does that
stays.
mean?
Gakpo
And what does that mean?
Gakpo
And what's that
stays.
mean?
Barcola.
Gakpo is staying.
That
Mo
means
thinks
you. Lou.
Barcola's
get-
going
Lou
to
got it.
Arsenal.
We don't get
I
Ibrahim
don't think
Mbaye.
he's going. I don't think he's going to Arsenal. I think if Gakpo doesn't go, how are Liverpool signing Barcola to play right wing, or Gakpo's going to be the striker? Where is Gakpo going?
There's no Mbaye.
Bench.
No
As
Mbaye.
as it stands, Mbaye isn't going there. Gakpo's linked away. Chiesa, I don't even know where he is. Munoz is going to be their backup when Isak gets injured. Rio is on the other side.
Chiesa.
Wasn't
Right,
He's the
so
best.
tell me, yeah. I
Guy-
said
Lou, everyone
you
you
gonna
named
get
right now, by the
Barcola?
way, is a left winger. Everyone you named is a left
Exactly.
winger.
I
It's
should have
crazy.
Rio,
spoke
does Rio
about
not
this
play on
last
the right?
week.
Does Rio
Oh,
not play on the
exactly.
right?
Rio, no.
No.
Rio left.
Rio's on the
None of
left
them.
as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't
Rio will
literally
play on
don't
the
have a
right
right winger
and
at
he'll play
all.
on the left.
Lou, the show you missed last week, I literally said this. Barcola is also a left winger. I don't understand why they're only linked with left wingers. None of them are actual right wingers. And you have right wingers in the market. It's not like there's no options. I don't
Well,
understand why you're not
these-
going
these
for
are-
them.
these
Munoz
options.
that they've bought.
What do you
right?
mean? You have Brahim Diaz from Real Madrid, who would
Okay,
immediately
let me
improve your right
tell
wing.
you. Is Brahim Diaz going to leave Real Madrid? Is he actually
Because
going
he's
to leave?
not. Yes,
He's not
Mourinho
even in
doesn't
the-
want him.
Yes. he
He's
doesn't
not
want
even
him.
second option.
Brahim Diaz is not even the profile that we need. He's not even the profile that we need.
He is a right winger. What do you mean?
I don't
He's a
want
perfect right winger
no,
for you.
Ashraf.
And he can play the 10
Ashraf.
also if you need him, by the way.
Ashraf,
So
no,
he plays two options.
Ashraf, you're a
Well,
smart
yeah,
guy.
But forget who they might get. Right now, as it stands, this moment in time, currently,
No one.
there is
We
no
have no
right
one.
winger. There is
Zero.
Rio on the
Maybe
left,
they'll play two up front.
Chiesa, Munoz can play across
Or
the front.
two. Run it back.
No, but he's a left winger as well, Lou. He's a proper left
He's
winger.
played,
He's
he's played
right as well,
32 games
bro.
on the left wing and 22 in striker, and then I think about 11 on the right. So
Yes.
he can play across the front, primarily left and centrally. So as it stands, there's no right winger at all at Liverpool.
It's mad.
Interesting.
They took not replacing
Oh.
Salah seriously.
Oh.
They took not
They
replacing
actually-
Salah seriously.
No, they wanna actually sign three. They wanna sign Marmoush, Gakpo, and Savinho. That's
Are
Fabrizio
they?
Romano.
Where have they got the money for?
Yeah,
Where have they got
yeah.
the money? Where's the money?
Ooh,
Where's the money?
oh.
That's
Where's the
Fabrizio
money?
Romano.
Yeah, so
Actually,
they've got that
no.
wiggle
They
room.
have money. This is the first year of squad cost ratio when they're not in Europe. So the
Oh,
rules are a
Fabrizio
little different for
Romano.
them.
Yeah.
They've got
He just
Liverpool
said,
this summer.
oh, no.
Lulu,
What if
they've already spent 85 million on Tonali.
They've
They
also
spent
sold
85 million
players.
on Fernandes. They spent.
Anyway,
Yeah.
can we go?
They've
Can I
sold
go
players
back?
too.
Is KG coming back? Because I want to ask a question.
I'm
about
not
Man City
counting those
before I go
20.
to-
He's had enough of
I am-
players.
I
That's what
am
we do.
I'm skeptical about Baleba, but I trust the scouts. Fair enough, my man. Fair enough. Yeah, we trust the scout. Before I go to the Konsa, because there's some of the
Nothing
stuff
from
about
Fabrizio.
Konsa and stuff. Yes, Ashraf is 3 tiers below the great Paz. All love, bro. No Diddy, but I love Paz versus the panel fight. I love watching the fighting, though.
Why
Paz
are
is
you
really
mentioning
good. Paz is
Diddy?
really good at that. That's why I like Paz as well.
Why are you mentioning?
No,
Diddy?
but
You didn't
Paz also
mention
knows
Diddy.
ball though. Don't disrespect him by saying, "Oh, he only fights." Paz can hold a good.
What about
Alright, let's
touchline? What
put
about
a pause
touchline?
on the Paz glazing a little bit. We
Yes.
gotta keep
Ashraf, what about touchline?
you know,
I'm
you know
I'm
how
with
I
KG.
gave you a
Paz,
look for a reason, bro.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
how
Why?
Paz is.
Exactly.
Paz's
I want
head
to
right
answer
now
it.
is like this, partly because Arsenal won the league, but if you keep glazing him, you're never going to be able to get a word in.
Well, easy,
Shout out my
easy,
homie
easy.
Paz, but also Bun Paz.
Easy with the
No,
glazing.
no, big up Paz.
glazing. Big up Paz, but easy with the glaze.
Okay, big up Fiti Judge Mo always. Fuck off, Fonzie. Fuck off.
Hey, big up, Foz.
Big up. Question:
Big up, Foz.
Should Man City sell Enzo Fernandez to strengthening? So should Chelsea strengthen Man City by selling Enzo Fernandez?
No.
Still.
You asked this at the
Well,
start.
they
of the
might turn
season.
around and go back.
and we
They
went
want Alex
into Man City
I would
finishing
fund it.
8th and all this stuff, and we never
That
answered
should
the
tell you.
question.
That should give you.
No.
That should give you a hint that it's not a worthy topic to discuss.
I actually think it's a very. I actually
No, I
think
hear you, I
there's
hear
a
you.
fight.
I hear
There
you.
is a fight at Chelsea because some
Hmm.
people call out some Chelsea fans about they should keep Enzo Fernandez because he is the best option they have currently. They aren't gonna find a better player to
I think-
partner Caicedo in that midfield.
I think they
And
want Wharton or Alex Scott. So if they had
They're
money
not.
to go buy him, they would. If they got a
Is-
dump of cash, they would.
But
go
are they
buy-
better than Enzo, Kill?
They might be less toxic.
I
I'm assassinating his
would
character
rate
here, by the
him
way. But they might be less toxic. He
You don't
doesn't
rate
want to be
Enzo,
there.
so you're not going to get a good opinion.
He
from
wanted
me.
to go to Real Madrid. He doesn't want to be there. Okay, so that's going to cause a friction straight away. He clearly still wants out. He would like to be reunited with Enzo. When a player doesn't want to be there, that can turn toxic. So is it better to have a player that wants to be there, that's also talented, plus a bit of money, or to have a player that clearly does not want to be at the club any longer and who some of the fans aren't particularly behind anymore? I would rather have Wharton than Fernandez, based on my perception of his attitude to teamwork.
And he's homegrown.
And he's also Enzo. Basic.
I don't want
Okay,
to
homegrown
is a
assassinate
thing,
his
bro.
character.
Homegrown is a quota we all have to work under.
For
That is
the
literally the league-
Community
league
Shield,
rules.
who
You
did
have to have them.
City leave out? Guehi was one player, and I'm gonna tell you something.
Guehi and Shirky.
Gavardio
Turkey was out.
and Diaz can
Oh,
be
Nunes
starters for
did not
City.
play either because Nunes was
It-
injured.
If you're asking
yeah,
me
yeah,
who's
yeah.
the starter that was left
Mateus
out for
Nunes.
real, it is Mateus Nunes. Because
Correct,
Foden is on paper a starter for City somehow.
Kusanov is
Shirley
not,
No,
right.
he's
started.
not. No, he's not.
I
Foden
think
is not a
he will
starter
start
for
the
City.
He
season,
doesn't
yeah.
start
He just signed a 300k a week.
Yeah,
contract
just
for
sit ass
City.
on the
Yeah.
bench. He's not starting over Shirky, bro. What are we doing here?
He could play on the left.
Foden is a bench player now.
It's up to Maresca. Maresca needs to find a system with both of them because last season, we forget the first half of the season, Foden was actually cooking.
But then who do you
It
drop?
was when he was playing next to Ryan Cherky. The two of them fed off of each other very, very well.
But then who
was
do you
scoring all
drop?
the goals, and then once Rodri came back, the whole system just collapsed. They
Kels,
just
but
changed everything.
who do you drop? Do you drop Semenyo?
No, now Doku's
Or do
injured.
you drop-
Doku's injured now,
Doku's injured, so
so
you
Foden
could-
is going to
you
start
could-
for sure. But
You could run it back what you did last season, where you had Doku was on the left at the time, but I think Semenyo plays better on the left anyway. So put him in the left, put Cherky on the right, have him invert into the middle,
He's
and then you've got that extra
minor
body there.
injury, man. He'll be back.
That
in
only
two
works with Nunes though, because then Nunes could go and occupy the touchline.
Yeah, Fiti Judge Mo is insane. PS Ashraf the goat. See Fonzie, fuck off.
What?
That's what you did, Fonzie. That's what you did, Fonzie.
I was gonna ask a question, but I
Thank you,
really
Paz,
don't
for
want to.
that. Thank you, Paz, for that.
I was gonna ask a question,
It's
but I didn't want
Hambutinho Rio de Janeiro coming back.
Who's
I
that?
don't think so.
Who
Hamza.
that?
Oh, Hamza.
to. Let me guess.
Yeah.
Did Paz
He's gonna
He's
be he's streaming on his own channel. He's gonna be on Osama's channel. I think he's gonna do that. For a
Was
while.
it time? Is it time? What, did Paz cook him that badly?
No, he's gonna be Unahwa with pass probably. So yeah,
We should.
time for Frozen to be the leader now. Well, it was time for him 2 years ago, but it's just not happening.
Mo, do you rate Phil Foden?
I think he's a talented footballer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bro, that
doesn't
dude's
matter.
protected like
JJ
nobody
Okocha
else.
was talented.
That
Nobody else.
hesitancy shows you what he thinks.
I think he's a talented footballer.
Do you think he's good enough to start for City?
Not now.
God damn.
Shirky's better.
Okay.
I think Shirky's better. So,
Left wing?
Look, Maresca, when Maresca
Doku's
was
better.
at City as a coach,
Right wing?
we did that 3-box-3. I think if you can find a way to, you have to have two really solid people at the back, like at the back of the box. But I would love to see that 3-box-3 approach that we did during the trouble, because Maresca allegedly set that whole thing up. I don't think I believe that. I don't think I believe that. I think Pep Guardiola can figure that out on his own. But if we could get to some kind of system like that, then you could play Foden and Turkey together. And that's what I want to see. I want to see the two of them together because, like I said, last season, I think they had very good chemistry. And that's when the team was cooking. That was that 8-game win streak. Like Turkey was assisting Foden. He was assisting Haaland. Doku was in there assisting everybody. Haaland was scoring goals. Foden was scoring goals. I want to get back to that.
Ram, what were you going to ask?
The best midfield. He was going to ask.
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
it was yeah. Thank you, Asha. Thank you.
We know one thing. Your midfield isn't part of the best midfield. Just establish this.
Hey,
before we
actually,
open
that's
up.
the one place they probably can have a conversation. But I don't think they're up there, but they can have a conversation.
This is why.
Sunday.
You know what the funny thing is? Yeah, this is why I'm gonna cook Mo. I'm gonna cook Mo because I was watching a couple of your streams, but I tend to tune in a little bit from time to time. Always showing my support for you as well. Yeah. When it was a stream with Josh and Touchline, and they were going through best midfields and everything like that. And you, for the past 3-4 weeks, have been glazing Chelsea so much, being like, they've got one game a week, they've got all these really good players like Caicedo, Joao Pedro, Palmer, Rodgers, they signed Rodgers. But when it came to Dominic Szoboszlai, you're like, last year, being the best player for Liverpool isn't something to scream about being like, that's good. You wanted these guys sold after you won the league title, which personally for me, I didn't. And quite a lot of Liverpool fans said, he ain't a 10, he's an 8. So why is it where when it comes to Liverpool Football Club, there's a different sort of narrative, but when it comes to other clubs, is another narrative? Please answer that question for me.
Because you're a hater, Mo, no? Damn.
What is the question though?
Why is the narrative different for Liverpool?
You're
compared to
basically
what it was
accusing me
Chelsea?
of having an agenda against Liverpool.
No, I'm saying that you're not consistent.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that you're not consistent.
No, it's not true. I defended Liverpool when you won the title. I said that Gravenberch played well. I thought Trent played well. I thought Konate played well. Van Dijk. The problem with football fans, you included, and most of the Liverpool fans, and even Arsenal fans, is that you want praise, but you don't want to hear the criticism. By the way, it's similar for Inter fans.
No, I hate the criticism.
Let me just finish. They want when Inter won the league, they want to praise every single player in the team. Like, you're shitting on them most of the season. And now because we won the league, you think all the Inter players are good. I disagree with that narrative. I think Szoboszlai is a good player. I think you hype him up because he was the best of a bad bunch last season. I don't think he was exceptional. I don't think he was amazing. But I said the same for Caicedo. He dropped off. But I still think Caicedo last season was okay, was good. Did he play like the season before? No, he didn't. He dropped off. But I think Caicedo got a lot of abilities and capabilities. But I'm actually
I would take Caicedo at City in a heartbeat.
I think Szoboszlai is a jack of all trade, but a master of none. For me, I think Szoboszlai is good. He's good on shooting free kicks. He's good in free kicks. He covers ground. I don't see.
So he is a master of something then, no?
He's a master shooter.
The free kicks, if you want to say the free kicks, yeah.
No,
shooting
in general.
And shooting
Free kicks is
generally,
a
yeah.
pretty good thing.
Can you tell me how
And do
many?
you know what's very underrated? His
can you tell
passing
me-
is very, very good.
Can
In
you tell
terms
me
of
how many
crosses,
goals?
long
He's
passes.
a good player.
What do you mean?
He's a good player.
He's a
He
good player.
scored 4 free
Exactly.
kicks last season, if I'm not wrong, I think. And he
Yeah.
has very
That's
good long-range shooting. Very good long-range shooting. Even outside the free kick.
I think he's a good player. I don't think he is as great. Some people went to say that he was one of the best midfielders in the league.
Well, the stats
He
say
was. Last season, he was.
that. The stats say that, and I say
He
that.
performed very well in what was quite a poor team. That's
I think-
harder. It's harder to perform in a team that's underperforming. I know you
Exactly.
stand out because you're amongst not a lot of competition.
I hear-
but to perform well in a bad team. Bruno Fernandes got loads of praise for performing in a very poor United. So Szoboszlai had a really good season in a very underwhelming Liverpool team. So I think that's harder.
I think that's what you said, Lou, is exactly why Mo doesn't rate it, because he played for a team that wasn't performing, that was performing at a lower level. Why should we give him the praise? No, because he was still performing at a level where you could compare it to other better midfielders in the league. Like I said, when I was on the terrace, when we're talking about better midfielders, I didn't realize that while Szoboszlai has the output compared to Declan Rice in terms of going forward, his defensive stats are very comparable to him, which was very surprising to me because I thought Declan Rice would be clear of him because he is defensively a very astute player compared to Szoboszlai. That's not me saying that Declan Rice is a poor player. It's that Szoboszlai last season was playing to a level where it's comparable to the very best. And if you're going to talk about Chelsea and all these different things, look, I don't like shitting on Joao Pedro because I think he's a good player. I think he's a very good player. But we do remember Chelsea fans were cussing him because there was a period of time, a very sustained period where he didn't register a shot on target at some point. I think it was during November to January, I believe. And Chelsea fans were cooking him. And the guy to my right, KG, was doing the exact same thing. So this is where I'm like, Mo, where is the consistency? Where you say one thing for some of these players, but then another thing for a certain other football club. It just doesn't.
But wait, Ram, to go to your own question though, where do you rank the Liverpool midfield amongst the top 6? Let's include Spurs because they have
Can you first name the starters and the bench so we know what we're talking about?
So for starters, for me, if I was going to play them, it would be Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and Wirtz as the midfield 3, so to speak. I think Arsenal, in terms of balance, have got the best midfield. I think for me, I was going to say Man City had the best midfield before Rodri left, but if they bring in Buadi, I think they could arguably be second. I think our midfield is comparable to Man United. I think I could be a little bit better than Man United, in my opinion.
Maybe a little more proven. Because Baleba is going to be an unknown quantity with us. Santos looks very good, but a little unknown. Tielemans, most people rate. Can he make the step up? Menu, I personally don't rate Menu as highly as a lot of other people. I think he's a good squad player. I think he's decent. I just don't think he's amazing.
Your midfield depth is more proven than ours because once you get past the starting 11 and McAllister, that's where it's like, oh. You got Endo, who were looking to ship off this summer, but it wasn't there.
I mean, you had Curtis Jones and you let him go.
But Curtis, I think it was a better thing to get rid of Curtis. The guy was literally checked out during pre-season. I don't want any player that's checked out of my football club. If you're not going to be 100%, then by all means leave the football club.
He was fighting with Szoboszlai that one game. You remember that?
Yeah, over a minor thing as well.
The captain's armband or something like that?
Yeah. It was just... and it was to the extent where Tsimikas...
I rather enjoyed that.
Tsimikas literally threw the armband at him because he was being that petty. Like I was like, brother, come on, man. What are we doing?
And that was happening while there was public links to him being moved away. So it's like, why wouldn't you get it at the moment? Now's not the best time to have that argument.
Exactly. And I think... Trainioni is the biggest unknown. Look, I think he looks like he's going to be a proper talent. I think he's going to be an England international in the next couple seasons, but he's still an unknown. He's still a kid. Like I'm still going to judge him like a baby. Like I compared Kobe Mainoo when he was first coming through for United. I'm going to do the exact same thing. So for me, first 11 I think is very good, but then when you get to the depth and the quality and the provenness of the depth, is a little bit left to be desired. And I've been consistent like that for quite a while. And Mo can't cuss me on that because I've been saying this.
You're lucky, Rom. You're lucky. I don't have a spare midfielder to sell you, but
okay. My days. I thought we established no one wants your dead ass players, bro.
Yo, apparently people do.
Can I answer it? Can I answer this? Ram asked Paz, thank you so much for the donations. You didn't need to do that, but I appreciate you. Ram asked why your Fiti judge is inconsistent. I am very consistent. I rated Gravenberch, then he fell off. I still think Gravenberch is a very good player for Liverpool. I think he has a lot of talent. I think Wirtz, as of now, hasn't proven that he can come back to his best. But I think even though Joao Pedro had a spell where he was shit, if I'm looking at what has Joao Pedro done recently and since February, he has been amazing for Chelsea. Every time I watch the guy, he's a difference maker up top. Morgan Rogers has had 2 back-to-back good seasons at Villa. I think Cole Palmer, I would say that Cole Palmer is like Wirtz. They had good season, good couple of seasons, and then they need to go back to his best. What Cole Palmer has over Wirtz is that Cole Palmer has done it in this league, while Wirtz hasn't done it in this league, who requires a lot of physicality. So even Cole Palmer has, if I say that statement, that Cole Palmer has more chance of going back to his best than Wirtz, you can't say that I'm wrong, because he done it in this league, and both have dipped last season or a season and a half. If you want to talk about
Could you
Cole
argue
Palmer.
that Cole Palmer has been consistently poor for the past 1.5 seasons, and it's not been just one season; it's a sustained period of being consistently poor.
And Wirtz has been bad since he came to you,
but one has been longer than the other.
Yes, but Cole Palmer has done it in this
18
league.
months versus 12 months.
Yes, exactly. So I never said otherwise.
And
so why are you saying I'm inconsistent?
No, because you used I used a Szoboszlai example for a reason. Like you're saying, because he wasn't.
I think Szoboszlai is a good player. He is your Jordan Henderson, which he was very good.
I think that's mad to say that.
I think Jordan Henderson is better than him.
I agree.
I think that's mad to say that.
Jordan Henderson is better than who?
Whoa. We're in the year 2026 and you're saying that?
Jordan Henderson's.
No, he's talking about prime Henderson.
Jordan Henderson's peak for Liverpool.
I was like, wait a second.
Jordan Henderson's peak for Liverpool was so underrated because of the likes of Salah, Firmino, Mane, Fabinho.
I could argue we haven't seen Szoboszlai's
I agree with that. I agree with that statement.
So what are you basing your thing on?
We haven't seen
I think Szoboszlai is better.
Go up another level.
I don't even think you need to wait. Szoboszlai is already a better dribbler, a better shooter than Henderson. I think
better passer, I'd argue as well.
Better passer.
Yeah.
Yes, better passer as well.
Well, the one thing that Jordan Henderson used to love doing for Liverpool was crossing the ball, and I'll say Szoboszlai is a better crosser of the ball than him.
And the one thing Henderson had really good for him, which is that energy and athleticism and fitness, which Szoboszlai also has. Henderson is.
No, Ash. He was very good defensive mind. He had a very good defensive mind. He knew.
No, I know, but I'm talking about the athleticism, which is the main. He was praised a lot for athleticism. He used to talk about how he couldn't stop running.
No.
I think you're doing revisionism, bro. Honestly, like just because he lifted the league with them doesn't mean he was a great player.
You didn't stream with me then, and I always praised Jordan Henderson since 2020 when he was playing for them. On the football terrace.
Okay, then I guess you were deluded.
Maybe I was deluded then. He was very good for
ability wise.
On the right side.
No.
He was good. I'm not saying he wasn't, but he wasn't.
I would never.
Football isn't about ability. As an overall, what he did for Liverpool was very good and so underrated because there was so many good players around. Anyway.
By the way, that was under Jurgen Klopp.
Yes. Justice for Tom Robson. Okay.
Which Tom?
Oh. We have assassinated a lot of. I want to tell you something, Rob. We have assassinated way more characters after what Tom did.
That's true.
So
that is true. So it's almost like I was correct.
What about
this? You would say things on this.
Please spend this on lotion for Ram and KG.
Baba, whenever someone mentions lotion, the
first thing... have some weird fetishes.
Okay. Can we? I want to.
I need to clear this up. Whenever someone mentions lotion. Brother, please, everyone just go straight to
now.
Diddy,
Maybe it's time after an hour, 15 minutes. Now it's time maybe to talk about Arsenal. The same people back in Eucharist are the same using Martinelli's total GA to say he is a very good winger.
Ashraf,
bro, I'm gonna tell you something.
Don't insult me with these statements.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. Wallah, if I have to convince someone that Eucharist it wasn't good last season and he isn't good for Arsenal now, wallah, I think this conversation is so dead. It's so dead. It's like me trying to convince you that 7 is bigger than 9. 9 is.
The funny thing is there's so many things to praise about Arsenal. There's so many great things about the club. There's so many good things about us right now. But some of us are just choosing to praise even the stupid things that don't deserve that kind of recognition or praise, that are just actually bad. And we don't have a lot of bad things. We have very, very few bad things at the club, or things that are not at a good level. But we try to defend those as well, and actually ignore the things that we should be praising, and instead of just hyping everything up. Like, we have the best keeper in the league, we have the best defense in the league, the best defensive depth in the league, the best midfield in the league, the best midfield depth in the league. I don't think we have the best attack, but I think we have the best attacking depth in terms of options off the bench. So we're in a very good place. But Gyökeres, Martinelli, and Madueke are not the hill we should be dying on.
I secretly wanted Konsa, actually. I actually think Arsenal are getting scary with that depth in the defense, to be honest. Imagine Konsa's your backup option for Saliba and Gabriel. He's a very good defender.
Very good.
Do with Konsa.
He's a very... Why are you bringing up my club?
Because you're a Liverpool fan. What should I bring? Can I tell you, Man United can do that? Like,
you could have just said you could have just said Konsa's a very, very good defender.
No problem. Send him our direct.
He would improve all your defenses. For
he's
sure.
basically
Liverpool,
Chelsea, Joe Gomez.
Not City.
He's basically Joe
Gomez.
Not City. He wouldn't improve City.
Correct. I agree.
He would actually be very good for Chelsea.
Whoa! I disagree, Mo.
He would. He's not better than Guehi or Guardiola.
No, Konsa right back, bro.
I don't
know.
know.
Matthew Nunes is better.
Was great. Guys, you know that Konsa had 0 goals and 0 assists last season. So he isn't an attacking right back. They play him there
defensive right back, yeah.
To fill in. Like, I think he's gonna come in and be the right back, the centre back, and Mosquera might be. I think Ben White is playing very well.
Because you got Mosquera. He's a decent little player, decent little talent as well.
Can I answer this? Ashraf, can I say something about this that people are forgetting, Ashraf, before you talk? Guys, I need people to remember that Arsenal that was always the plan. They want 2 players in every position, as Lou said, for their team, right? As of now, Arsenal have 3 first teamers at centre back. It's Saliba, Mosquera, and Gabriel. You remember they sold, what's his name, the Polish guy. They are left back. They are left back.
Henkapi is a left.
He's not going to play.
They can play. For example, Timber and Ben White are right backs.
Yeah, originally.
Right backs that can play centre backs. Yes, but Arsenal wanted 2 players for every position. Now they have 8 defenders in the first team.
No, but this is where I'll disagree. We would not have gone for Konsa if Saliba was not injured, 100%. Or even if Saliba was injured for just a few weeks. But the reality is, there's no return date. There are rumors that he could be out for like 4 months or so. So I do think it was a very, very good move to get someone like Konsa, especially who's 28, experienced. Some amazing stats from last year I was reading about, like best ground duel success rate in the league.
And the high line. Villa have a lot of high line.
Yeah, and he's got mat pace. Yeah, he's got the best. This is by whoscored.com, so it's very reliable. But I don't know how they measure these things. He's got the highest pass accuracy under pressure. So whenever he's pressed really well, he knows how to get out of it by giving a good pass. You know what they say, right? When they cannot get past your wall, build a bigger wall. Nobody says that, but Arsenal fans are going to coin this now because we're just strengthening something we're already really good at.
Do you work for
really
our
nice.
government?
It's amazing. I honestly, I was saying this last week as well. I'm glad we got him instead of Konsa.
What was the final number?
51 million.
No, 51 million, including all the packages, including everything.
No, 51 million plus 6 million add-ons. Yes, plus 6 million.
That's okay. Maresca will get things sorted. Iraola will do well if he signs some names. My hot take is Carrick and Alonso. I predict both will get sacked this season.
Oh, Alonso won't get sacked.
Xabi Alonso, no chance, bro.
Alonso won't get sacked.
Can I
no, but I can't say anything because
bet?
I don't think it's never a hot take to suggest a United manager might get sacked. I think that's kind of a lukewarm take. Let's be honest.
Who's the manager you would bet to get sacked first? That will do worse and maybe get sacked
from the big six.
Yes.
I just want to bet
no deserve.
You said
even if you include Spurs, Spurs, I'd say Carrick first. I don't think he will. By the way, I think none of the big 6 managers get sacked. I think none of them get sacked. I think a lot of them do well.
What about the end of the season?
Including, not even end of the season, but if I had to pick someone, I'd probably say Carrick.
Maresca.
Just because I think because he's the least
20 million for Maresca
because he's the least experienced, and we have a habit of sacking managers. And we haven't done what we needed to do in this window. What we've got in is decent, but we needed 5, 6, 7 players. We've got 2 and almost 3. Do you know what I mean? So he's been the least backed, maybe Iraola. He's definitely the least experienced.
Iraola.
And we have the habit of
Arteta
sacking players. Arteta?
But what?
Yeah,
No.
he's rage baiting us. He's rage baiting.
Mad.
But Lou, there's also one thing, and I know you might be tired of hearing this as a United fan because a lot of rivals use it, but it is true though. We don't know how he'll manage 2-3 games a week. It is it's not an easy thing at all.
The squad's going to manage it, let alone him.
Yeah, exactly.
I think someone's going to get sacked because a certain manager will leave their post after a historical period with them, and he will join the Premier League. And that manager's Luis Enrique.
He won't leave, bro. They said he's renewing his contract.
They say that
honestly,
every year.
The only club he would join in England right now, as things stand, would be City. If Maresca doesn't,
which is why Maresca may be sacked.
Maresca could be in danger. So, like I said there, Carrick's easy pickings because with United, you can never say they're not going to sack the manager, regardless of who it is. It's easy pickings. Maresca, though, I think could be a shout because, as we've just discussed, their depth is dreadful. Their midfield is not great. No, but the manager pays with their job. I mean, it's not Carrick's job. We got 3 players instead of 7. The manager is the one that pays with their job, whether it's their fault or not. We also know Maresca's not a shrinking violet. If they start trying to blame him for things that he doesn't feel is his fault, he's definitely going to argue back. He's not going to just suck it up. And also, as I said earlier, I think it's natural for every team to have a drop-off when they lose the amount of leadership that City have lost. So I'm not saying, yes, he's definitely going to get sacked. I'm saying it's a realistic possibility that Maresca does not see out the season, whether he falls out with them or they go, do you know what? We thought you were the guy to replace Pep, but you're actually not.
Cal, I've got a question.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask Lou a question? Do you think Man City can go through a period like Arsenal and Man United and Chelsea and Man Chelsea?
Not quite to the same extreme. I think they will fall off for all the reasons I've said throughout the stream. So I do think they'll fall off. Do I think they will fall off to the extreme that we didn't know? Because I think their
structure Chelsea, is 10 years without a league title.
9.
Possible.
Yeah, right.
No, you're in the 10th year.
Possible.
Don't try that.
I do think that's possible. If it doesn't work with Maresca. So let's say, just imagine, because it's possible, it doesn't work with Maresca. What next? It's easy to go, right, what if he doesn't want to come? What if he says, no, I'm staying where I am?
Hansi Flick.
Honestly,
Hansi Flick is
forget Hansi Flick. Even if forget Hansi Flick.
Vincent Company.
I think Vincent Company's a shout.
No, but let's forget the big clubs.
Let's forget he's coming home at some point. We just don't know when.
Let's forget the big clubs because let's say Bayern, Barca, and PSG are not easy clubs to leave. Yes, you could even look at someone like Fabregas if he does well with Como because of the style, the Spanish thing, the quality. There are names that would be like super attractive to a team like City.
But it's equally
Felipe Luis is another shout too.
Do you know?
Yeah. The reality is with City, and it pains me to say this because they're obviously a team that we compete against, but it is true. Their ownership and their board are levels above any other football club, that they would never allow their team to go that bad. Not just because they spend money, they also know how to spend, where to spend. Yes, they've made a lot of wrong decisions in transfer. Don't get me wrong.
Recently, it's not been great.
Yeah, I agree. But the good thing with them is they will immediately go and correct it. Like they're the second highest earners overall over the last couple of years in terms of revenue, obviously after Real Madrid. And they actually use that money and they do the right thing when it comes to scouting, academy, blah, blah, blah. Their ownership is super hungry to win, which is why they will never let the club go that long without actually competing.
Yeah, but no club intends to do that. Like no club intends to do that. Do you know what I mean? It's not an active decision.
Lou, the difference is, I think the other clubs don't have the same level of hunger to succeed. Like if you go tell the obviously your old owners, the Glazers, or even Ineos or the Kroenkes, hey, maybe we could go through 2-3 years of not challenging, but we'll build there. They might take it. Sheikh Mansour and all will never accept that.
I don't think it's about an appetite for winning. But I think sometimes
Diana might be in over his head. I'm starting to question the sporting director.
But they would sack him, right? You can have the best of intentions and still make the wrong decisions. So that hunger to win, that desire to win, that sort of need to win can actually make you a little desperate it can make you sometimes rush into a decision, especially if they've had Pep, they've had this period of complete dominance. And if it goes wrong with Maresca and it falls off, the structure might panic. They might not make the best decision. I don't think it's going to be like United and Arsenal. I don't think they're just going to fall into oblivion. I think that's wishful thinking. However, I do think it's entirely possible that they fall off for a few years and they might end up making a chain of poor decisions in a bit of panic, having not had to deal with these things in recent times. I don't think it'll be as extreme, but I think it's possible.
Yeah, look, it definitely is possible, but the only reason I don't see it happening is, again, obviously, I think hunger with ownership does matter. You could make a couple of mistakes, but I think you can correct them in 1 or 2 windows. Maybe this is not the best example because they are the 2 biggest clubs in the history of the game, but Barca and Madrid do so well despite going through bad patches because their ownership does not have this tolerance of one bad season. Like sometimes they could win a league and do bad in the Champions League and sack a manager. Like Madrid have done that in the past. I think Sheikh Mansour and Khaldoon Barak and all these guys have the exact same mentality because a lot of these owners are also like very passionate about the sport from a very young age. Unlike a lot of American venture capitalists that are not as keen into this. I mean, I'm not saying they don't care about the sport. I think the Cronkies, the FSG and all, they do want to win. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's as important for them to win as some of these other owners, in my opinion, at least from what I've seen. Like they want to do it, but
I disagree about the desire to win. I disagree about the impact it might have. It can have a negative impact as much as it can have a positive impact. Desire doesn't mean good decisions. And getting rid of a manager because it's not working and then just replace them every season is also not a recipe to success. So being fast to act isn't always a good thing either.
But I agree. But I think
managers
I would disagree with that.
Exactly. I was about to say that, Kel. But Man City they stuck with Pellegrini for 2 seasons, even though he should have gone after that first 2014-2015 season. They should have sacked him immediately. They didn't. They waited another season. And then they only sacked him after that.
Well, that's when Pep came in. So
exactly. They only sacked him after that when Pep then was available. So it was like, okay, it's a no-brainer. I don't think City are that kind of club that would sack go. That's what I'm saying. They make very good calculated decisions. And people say, oh, they just spend whenever they want. They spend whenever they want. The reality is they will say no if they feel the money's not worth it. Like they've said no to Alexis Sanchez because he wanted $500,000 a week.
Harry Maguire. That's why Harry Maguire's at Man United, not Man City. We said no to him. We said no to Koulibaly. We said no to Jorginho. Like we tend to not overpay. But
Cucurella. Remember Cucurella a couple of years ago? They didn't want to pay the money. They said we're not paying that kind of money. So I think they know how to work on both things. But they will never go a window where they don't go super aggressive. But I hear you. Of course, hunger does not mean correct decisions. I just think it means less of a drought period because you're going to be hungry enough to keep correcting the mistake again and again and again. But it could go the other way, right?
Nobody has you.
Give him the ball or suffer the consequences. Yeah, the consequences.
I'm sorry, Konsa's bang average. I don't know what this is.
Okay, no, okay.
He's not average, Cal. Come on.
Yes, he is.
No, he's
Who
not.
is average?
He has the highest ground duel success in the whole league.
I don't think he's bad. I just think he's average.
He's a really good backup.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is Konsa better? Can I ask a question? It's great. Is Konsa better or Guehi?
Guehi. We do.
Why? If you say that, why?
Better on
Why
the
does
ball.
Konsa have better? Why does Konsa have better stats?
I think
Okay, hold on, Ashraf.
More of a leader.
Okay, can we get KG who was eating lunch?
I'm still eating lunch, by the way.
Wallah, I'm hungry as well. Wallah,
Why are you ratting her out like that, bro? Let her have her lunch.
DoorDash.
Not her. KG is eating lunch.
Oh, KG.
Okay.
Oh, I thought Kel. Okay.
Let me ask, why? Why is Guehi better in your eyes? What did
Better
Guehi
on the
do
ball.
in the game that is he's not better on the ball?
The only thing that, in my opinion, Konsa has over Guehi is he's a better athlete. A little bit taller, a little bit more physical, like in the air. Guehi's better on the ball. Guehi's a better organizer of defenses. This isn't to say that I think Konsa as a backup is a great, like if Konsa's your backup center back, that's like you're good.
Very
You're
good.
Very good. Like you're in good hands.
Very good.
I just think Guehi's just a more solid center back overall.
He's just.
I agree.
I think he's just more of a composed centre back. If you get what I mean, he's a lot more composed, both defensively and on the ball. And I think for me, Konsa has shown on multiple occasions that he can be a little bit rash. That doesn't mean that he's a terrible defender, because every defender makes mistakes. But Guehi overall, the overall package of what you're getting with Guehi is a lot better compared to Konsa.
Yeah, I just think average is a
why
crazy
are
statement.
you-
He's definitely not average. He's very
Why
good.
is Lewis sitting listening to us?
Because I don't
thinking
have a strong
She
opinion.
disagree.
No, I
Okay.
don't have a strong opinion. I don't feel like I've watched enough of either
She
player
don't care
like
about those
closely
two.
enough. No, if I have an opinion and it's not based on who my friends are, it's based on my own opinions, KG, not based on anybody else's opinions or super chats. But if I have an opinion, a strong opinion based on information, I'll say what that opinion is and I'll say it strongly. But if I don't have a strong opinion, I'm not going to give one just for the sake of it. I don't know. I don't know who's better. I don't have an opinion. I'll watch them next season. Ask me again. I'm not going to make it up because it's a popular answer.
In my eyes,
that,
the
man.
only thing that Guehi has over Konsa is maybe a reading of the game. I think Konsa's stronger, more physical in the duels. I think he's quicker, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
But that's his
I'm
build.
wrong.
He's rapid.
I think
Yeah,
he-
yeah.
But that's his
I think he
build.
is
He's just
quicker.
more physically dominant.
Can I say one thing? I think Konsa is way more experienced in playing the high line, which is something that you demand when you play for the top teams. I think at Crystal Palace, if I'm not mistaken, Crystal Palace played with the back three and also had one of the lowest ball position in the league under Glasner, probably 46% or 48%. And also their line is deeper, if I'm not mistaken. So Konsa is more suited to play for a top team. Guehi is more of a leader, reads the game better, which is a big thing in football, by the way. Reading the play is something that is massive, actually.
I think
for
he's younger
teams that
too.
are, I think
Guehi's younger.
Guehi's like
Guehi's
26,
younger.
25
Yeah.
or something like this.
Yeah, he
He's
just
younger.
looks like an old man because he's
See,
got
to be
a
honest,
uncle haircut.
When I
26,
heard this
I-
news,
but-
I didn't think, oh, Arsenal are getting so much stronger. Not because of Arsenal. In my opinion, Arsenal's going to win the league. I said that. You asked me 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
Arsenal's going to win the league. That's not a secret. It's not a spoiler for tomorrow. Everybody knows that. So when I heard the news of Konsa going to Arsenal, I didn't go, oh no, because as far as I'm concerned, Arsenal are going to win it anyway. What I thought was, well, Villa are in serious trouble already. They have three centre-backs. There's a European spot. As it stands, at centre-back, with Konsa going to Arsenal, they have Torres,
Mings.
who's 29. They have Lindelof, who's 32. And they've Mings, that's 33. That is their centre-backs.
Guys, can I also
They're gonna buy two players,
not
but
go
still.
to-
can I
I don't
also
They need
wanna
more
go
than
to
two.
Villa.
He
can I
is
also add on
struggling,
top of that, Lou?
Villa.
Can I also add on top of that, Lou?
Yeah.
Morgan, this is their
I
outgoings
don't want to
this
talk
season.
about Villa, wallah al-azim, on
Morgan
this show.
Rodgers,
Like,
It's
they're
not about
irrelevant.
that.
Yuri
It's about the
Tielemans
fact that the
United.
spot
They're
in
gonna
the
be
Champions League
irrelevant.
because they're going to be gone. That's the
I
point.
think they're irrelevant. I think
All right,
they
Mo.
became irrelevant.
By the way, Mo, I
Look,
checked the stats,
can I-
and
can I
actually,
say-
to be fair, Guehi is a lot better. The last 2 seasons,
Okay,
he
I'm not
cleans
saying.
Konsa.
Okay,
He cleans
fair
him in
enough.
everything, bro.
I just want to say that I don't think it's clear cut. The reason why I'm saying this, if Arsenal can go and snatch Villa's best defender with ease like this and go and snatch Bruno Guimaraes like this from Newcastle, I think that's worrying signs for the rest of the league. Generally, by the way.
I
It's
agree.
worrying signs. I know that people think I'm glazing, but no. It is very hard for you. That's what, by the way, City used to do this. And when we said that City used to win and get players, they used to get good players and they're like, yeah, I'm getting that player. You can come and challenge for your position. You know what I mean? You aren't guaranteed. Arsenal are reaching a level when they can go to Konsa and say, by the way, you're coming in, but if Saliba comes back, you're fighting for your position. Right? That's Villa's best defender. Even Bruno Guimaraes. I actually don't think that Bruno Guimaraes, watching Lewis Kelly now, he ain't even guaranteed to be a starter.
He's
every
not going to be
single game.
comfortable. Yeah. No one
It's
is
not comfortable. You're looking behind
Except
your back if you
Saka.
have a
Saka,
bad game.
only one who's comfortable. That's it.
Because he has
let's pump the
Madueke behind
brakes.
him.
Let's pump the brakes a
Go
little
ahead.
bit.
Tell me why I'm
And
tell
take
me
a
why
touch.
I'm wrong. Go ahead.
Do the two players that you mentioned, are they great gets for Arsenal? Absolutely. Can any one of our other clubs, Liverpool, Man United, Man City, go to Newcastle and go to Aston Villa and take their best players? Absolutely. They're Newcastle and Aston
Yeah.
Villa. They are not big clubs. We
We
went
showed
there.
that
We
last
took,
season.
They're trying
Lou
to
took-
be, but they're not
Lou took-
allowed to be because of the financial
Lou
rules.
took their best midfielder on a release clause that nobody knew about. Stupid Aston Villa for putting that release clause in there.
Oh,
We went there, we dropped the bag, and we took their best attacker in Morgan Rogers. And we gave them our shittiest attacker in Garnacho.
That's nasty.
My club, Rom's club,
and
all of our
former
clubs can
shittiest
go
attacker.
to any one of those clubs, and we can get whoever the hell we want.
Yeah, but
if we
you're
drop the right
forgetting-
Bro,
guy.
I'm sorry. I have
KG,
to say this as
Can
well.
I
Nobody
say-
bent.
Can I stop?
No,
Can I stop?
go
I
ahead,
just want to
go on,
say
go
one
on, go
thing.
on.
I'm sorry,
Go
Ashok.
on.
But you're forgetting one part of what I said. That you're getting Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers is going to Chelsea to be a starter,
Yeah.
right? Arsenal reaching the point like City, where like you're coming in to battle for your
got it.
position.
Got
Konsa,
it. Yeah,
if he
yeah.
goes to Chelsea, he goes to become a starter.
A starter.
He
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't go to Chelsea knowing that there is a guy already ahead of you in the
Correct.
picking order. No matter what you do, that's the difference. That's what happens when you win. That's what
I don't
happens
wanna-
Yeah.
when you win. Go
No,
ahead.
man,
Maybe
Bruno
I'm wrong.
G is not.
No,
Bruno
I'm
G-
going to agree with you, Mo.
I love
which is
Skilly.
Devastating on
Absolutely.
its own.
Real quick, Luke. I
You
love
go.
Skilly. When we were linked with him, I said, bring me Skilly. I was in Paz's chat every day. I want Skilly. Because I know he's a baller. Skelly's not better than Bruno G. Bruno G is going to be getting the majority of the minutes in midfield for them. But that allows them to say, you know what, Skelly? We're going to give you games here. We're going to give you games here because you're going to be maybe the next midfielder off the bench ahead of Zubamendi and ahead of I don't even know who you're Moreno and those guys. Yeah. So that's not the flex that it is. We weren't. I'll be honest with you. If we signed Konsa, our fan base would be crashing out because I don't think Konsa's as good as Colwell. I don't think he's as good as Lacroix, and I don't even think I think he's of the level of Fofana, and I don't rate Fofana very highly.
Ooh.
But if he's a backup, then that and he's basically just a rental until Saliba comes back because you know what's going to happen. Saliba and Gabriel are going to be they're the best partnership in Europe. They're two of the three best center backs in Europe. They're going to play. So yes, there's a little bit of a flex of we'll take your best defender to be our backup. And we could all go to these mid-table clubs or these clubs that have somehow tricked everyone to think that they've gotten a table or a seat at the big boys table. Aston Villa, my boy JM, sorry, you got to hold this. Any one of us can. That Maggio kid, if we want, we can go up there and make it really uncomfortable for them.
Mansambi, they're going to lose Mansambi in a couple of years as well, for sure.
We can drop the bag on them and get him up out of there if we wanted to. Just like any one of your clubs could. Because at the end of the day, even 10th place out of Europe, Chelsea, we can go to those clubs and say, you know what?
Very good.
I don't care that we're complete disarray last year. 3 managers, one of them didn't even have his coaching badges or licenses. You might as well just had Ram on the sideline, right?
Why? You bringing my name
By
up?
the way, after KG, I want to hear what Lou wanted to say.
No, like at the end of the day, some of these clubs need to realize that they're not big clubs, and you need to act accordingly when big clubs show up to your doorstep. Let me in. I'm not even taking my shoes off. I'm coming in. I'm taking your best player. I'm slapping your wife on the butt. Sorry, ladies. I'm making a meal, making a sandwich, and then I'm leaving.
Don't forget the beer as well.
I don't even want beer. I don't even need any more beer because I got a vacation coming up and I'm the healthy thing. Brown rice.
Yeah.
That was brown rice in case. That was brown rice.
Actually, no. Let Lou go first.
Yeah.
Before Go ahead,
KG has a real interesting way of expressing himself when it comes to the opposite sex. So let us move swiftly along from the very sexist comment. But it probably does go along with the rest of the arrogant tirade because I don't feel like that about my club. And I actually think this attitude, and it is a personal thing, I don't agree with this attitude of like, we're the big boys, yous are the shit, on this new phrase, this you've been food chained. Honestly, maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm not cool enough. Maybe I'm just too old. The clickbaity, rage baity, banter central sort of thing, it's just not my bag. Man United, at the start of the summer, went and asked about Bruno G. Newcastle told us he wasn't for sale, and we left cap in hand and said, okay. So to say that what Arsenal's doing is exactly the same as what the rest of us can do right now in this moment, I personally feel is disingenuous. And it disgusts me to say that about Arsenal because I don't like them. Not only are they a rival club, my brother's an Arsenal fan. So it's a personal hatred with me. Okay, it's personal. I lived with it for years. So I dislike Arsenal immensely. However, I don't think that any of our clubs can just walk up to any player at these other teams and say, gimme. I don't think that's factually correct. I don't think that's true.
We do.
But we don't. I've just given you an example where we didn't.
Historically,
I've just
Brentford?
given you the example.
You went to Brentford and you got their
gonna
best
pick those
attacker in
examples.
Mbeumo.
Yeah.
You went
And
to Wolves and took
I
their best
didn't
player
say
in
it never
Cunha.
happened
You're
because you
Man United. That's
interrupted.
what
You
you
asked
do.
me
You
to
shop
let
in
you
the
finish,
league.
then you've interrupted me while I'm still talking. Okay?
Because you were chatting absolute bullshit.
So were you smacking women on the ass while stealing another
You're
team's
Manchester
player.
United.
You were chatting bullshit. You were chatting bullshit. And now
You're
you're going to talk to me
Manchester
about
United.
bullshit.
Can we let
Yes,
each other
I'm
finish?
I'm
Can we let
aware.
each
Well,
other
I
finish?
was
Can we
trying.
let, guys,
He
can
I
we
was
let each other
trying.
We're the
finish?
biggest club in the world, pal.
If we
Biggest
were going
club in
to
the world,
interrupt
pal. You
everyone
are.
every
You're the
time
third
they
biggest
spoke
club in the world.
bullshit, you wouldn't
Let
have
each other-
spoken.
Can we let each other finish? Okay.
Are we allowed, or is it, does KG
Go
get
ahead.
to
Go
decide
ahead.
who's
Go
talking
ahead, Luke.
shit?
Go ahead, Luke. Go ahead, Luke. Go ahead, Luke.
Go ahead.
Yes. Sometimes the traditionally bigger teams will go to other teams and say, I want your player, and they don't have a choice. Part of that is because the player might have liked that team growing up, the former or historical success, the kind of aura that seemed to go with it can matter. Also, those teams do not have the financial power that we have. Newcastle had no choice but to sell. Both Villa and Newcastle are currently under restrictions from UEFA this season and in an agreement with what they're allowed to buy and sell and bring in. So yes, bigger teams can have more sway, but to say that every single team can go and walk in and go, give me your player, and then it just happens, is just not true. Like, it's not. It's just not. And all of our teams could not have went to Bruno G, for an example, and say, give me him because I want him, because factually Man United tried it and didn't get him this summer.
Act like a big
I'll
club.
just say,
Can I let KG respond?
No, go ahead,
Before you go.
Ashraf. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead,
no,
Ashraf,
I
go
was just
ahead.
gonna say, like, because I see obviously both sides where, so I agree with both on different things. Where I agree with KG is because KG's original point was
staying on that
any
fence,
of the
Ash.
big clubs. Oh, let's forget Spurs. Sorry.
Stop sitting on that fence.
No, I'm not. I'm
Can we
actually
just
going to
go?
tell you why I disagree on both. Outside Spurs, who I'm obviously still not in the conversation, I think any of the traditional Big Five clubs can go to all the other Premier League clubs at any stage of their thing, of their phase or whatever you want to call it, and get the best players from those teams. Obviously, it's not a 10 out of 10 kind of like situation. There'll be a couple of times where it doesn't work out. It hasn't worked out with us when we went to get Isak a couple of years ago, right? Or even Rodgers this summer. Yeah, you got him, but calm down. We got Zubimendi, so food chain there. Let's use the bus term now. Food chain.
Oh,
we
you
food
really
chain
wanna
you.
do that?
Ram.
You really wanna do
Anyways,
that? Okay, cool.
But where I will also agree with Lou is that the level of pull is not the same. Like right now, there's no club in England that has a better pull than Arsenal, just given where we are right now. 2 years ago, or even last season, maybe it was City or Liverpool, obviously, because they won the league.
Mhm.
Maybe if Chelsea win the league this season, I don't see that happening, KG, but let's say you do, it probably could be
We'll be
Chelsea.
there.
I-
Chelsea
I
win
know
the
I'm
league,
gonna-
we'll be there.
I'm going to say this, and I know it's going to be used as a laughing matter and stuff, but please just bear with me. Yes, the Vinny Jr. transfer didn't happen. We get it. But hypothetically, if Madrid said, on my life, you're not getting a penny more than 20 million, he would have left, and no club would have been able to get him over Arsenal. That is where the pull does matter. But what
I think
KG
you dodged the
originally...
bullet on that one.
Maybe, but that's a different conversation. But what KG did say in the beginning, which I agree with, is when it comes to the other 14 clubs, or let's not disrespect Spurs, because Spurs will not sell to Arsenal, for example, no matter what happens. When it comes to the other 13 clubs, I do think 8 times out of 10, we can get any of their superstars. Because their superstars will throw a fuss to leave to our clubs.
Yes.
I've seen
Maybe
United,
I'm biased
and this
by my
confused
own
me
club.
before.
Maybe I'm biased by my own. Yeah, go,
Lou,
go,
I'll
go.
just finish on this.
Yeah.
It's on your club. I'll just finish on this and you can come in. I've thought many times, and I know Mo said this multiple times on his streams as well over the last couple of years. Why are we thinking of United like before? They're no longer that club. They're a banter club now, blah, blah, blah. But then somehow they go in the window and they attract players that when it doesn't make any sense. Like when they got Varane, when they got Casemiro, when they got Sancho, for me, that was stupid. I'm like, why would anyone go there at that time? But the reality is the stature is so big.
That's not my point.
No, it is the point. It is the point.
I think actually
Okay,
you
go
all
on.
are missing the point.
What's the point?
There's a lot of questions that were asked before about Can Arsenal attract a player to compete with the likes of Saka? Can Arsenal attract a player to compete with the Declan Rice? Can Arsenal attract a good name? The only club that was allowed to do this or had this was City. You remember the conversations about City are the
To get
only ones
players on
that
the
are allowed
bench.
to have
Yeah,
good
yeah.
players on the bench. Now
But
Arsenal
you
are
forget
doing
they
it.
didn't stay on the bench for very long. They'd stay for a season or two, win some trophies.
That's
and then
that's true.
"Fuck it, I want to start games.
That is actually true.
very
Mo.
This is
hard
what
to
I-
retain that kind of
in
depth.
terms of like, with all due respect, I disagree with Lou about Man United. Even if Man United finished 10th and Villa finished 6th, Man United would be more attractive. Do you agree or disagree?
Oh yeah, but I'm saying that doesn't always hold. Like, why do we now have Lewis
course.
Hall? So forget the Bruno G example. Why do we now have Lewis Hall? If we can just
I'll tell you why.
and get
I'll tell you
any
why.
club's player,
I don't
Why
think
can't-
you're.
why don't we have
I
it?
don't
Because you
think.
don't have the you don't have
Hold
the
on.
money.
No,
If
no,
you
no,
put
no,
the money
hold on,
down,
hold
you
on.
can
if you
get
think
them.
United don't have the money, then you're off your rocker.
Hold on.
Well, you're a billion in debt.
Guys,
You might want to pay that
It's
off
not
first.
my bank.
I know
think
that.
you're missing the
The
point.
Glazers are
It's
used
not
to the bank
about
account.
that.
I don't
Yes,
think.
not
Mo, what's the
about-
point?
Guys,
I get it. Getting top quality players
Guys,
to be on your bench.
It's not only the
It's
thing
very
about
hard to
that-
keep top quality players on your bench. That's the
No,
life
that as well. Lou, does Lewis Hall want to go for? If Newcastle say yes, we are willing to sit at the table,
Mhm.
does Lewis Hall go to United?
Of every other team, yeah.
That's
But
the
I
whole
mean, his
point.
choice is Newcastle or United. He's choosing Newcastle.
But that's
Come
KG's
on.
point. KG's point is that everyone below the top 6 isn't as attractive as them. So if the club is willing
But
to sell,
obviously, to him, Newcastle is more attractive. That's my point. Bruno
guarantee
G
you-
found
Lewis Hall,
Newcastle,
hold on.
staying at Newcastle more attractive. He left
you
because
think-
Arsenal came.
that's a different story. Which
No,
is
but I
that's
think-
what
I
United have
hold
no
on,
draw.
that's what
I'm not
this-
saying there's no
that's-
difference. I think it's diminished.
you think Bruno G would prefer to stay at Newcastle than going to Man United?
Yes, he had the option at the start of the summer. We
No
went in
way.
at. Can I finish?
No.
At the start of the summer, we went in for Bruno G. We were told he was not available by the club, and we left. Arsenal
him,
asked,
then.
I think
"Can
it's
we
because of
finish?
them.
Can I finish?" Then Arsenal went in from. Newcastle said he's not available, and the player at that point decided to push his way out. He did not try and push his way out from Man United.
For you,
So
I
no,
get your
weren't
point.
turned away
I
by
get
the
your
player.
point now.
But
Yeah, that's
I,
my point.
the thing
I
is
get your point.
why I wouldn't say that, Lou. When it comes to all these transfers, there's no smoke without fire. There's no
Yeah.
smoke without fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah, correct.
Arsenal
That's what
already
I'm saying.
did the
I
due
didn't think about
diligence
that for a second,
prior to that, because you know how
But
these transfers
this was
are.
before Arsenal were ever linked. This was
but how do-
way
her
back.
point
No, but
still
how do we
stands,
know?
Ram.
No, but how do we
Her
know?
point
How
still
do we-
stands.
No,
No,
He could have
her
pushed for
point
Man
still
United.
stands
on.
because
He could-
because
he
when
could have pushed
United
for
were
Man
linked with
United.
him, why didn't he go to his ownership and say, "I want to leave to United"?
Like
let
he
me
did with
go."
Arsenal.
You know what I
he did with
mean?
Arsenal.
But then,
So-
you've seen so many times there's so many players. They're like, a team like that, I could go somewhere better. I could go to somewhere better. For in my
I'm not
opinion, maybe
saying
it's
there
someone
Yeah,
like
but
that.
he wasn't guaranteed
any
that, right?
But I
I'm
would
not
say-
saying there isn't any difference. I'm saying I don't believe the pull is as strong. I don't, and I think maybe this might be specific to United because what's happened to us through the years.
Mhm.
Like, Mbeumo and Cunha came to us because they're of an age where they remember United just being really successful. Tielemans was a release clause. Okay, he didn't kick up, but I agree with that. You'd rather play for starting for United than Villa, who's fallen apart. I'm not saying there's no gap. There is a difference. I don't think it's as big for some of us as it used to be,
But
is my point.
Yeah, of course.
but
But
that's
it's still
always-
bigger than the other 14. But yeah, you're right. It's not as
but
big as
that's
it was
always
before.
been the
I-
case. That's always
yeah,
been
I
the case.
disagree.
I think the Lions
Like-
are a little
My original
blurrier.
point was the big clubs could. That's not to say that if Arsenal and United go in for Bruno G and Bruno G picks Arsenal over United, that's of no consequence to what my argument was. That's still
But that
that's
wasn't what
two
happened.
big that's still two big clubs that can go to Newcastle and pull one of their best players. Where that player goes and who he picks, that's fine. Lewis Hall, I guarantee you those Newcastle players that are still there that were worth a dime, right? Lewis Hall's looking around. Tonali's gone. Bruno Isak left the year before. My manager Eddie Hall left. Bruno G just
Gordon.
left.
How?
Gordon.
Anthony Gordon just left.
Yeah.
Any guy, though, I know. Look, Lewis Hall came from us, right? He left Chelsea because he wanted to play, and he's from Newcastle, so he did that thing, and he needed to. In order for him to play and to be the player that he is now, he made the right move. But you're telling me that that just because that guy's a fan and because his family is from Newcastle, that he's not going to, at some point in the next 2-3 years, if Newcastle continue to be this roller coaster club where talent gets poached from them, that Lewis Hall is not going to sit back and say, you know what, I got screwed because I didn't get into the England World Cup last summer. I'm not in the Champions League. I'm not getting paid what I could get paid at a big club. I'm not competing for the trophies that I could be competing with the talent level that I have. His commitment to Newcastle at some point, like everyone's not Alan Shearer. Everyone's not going to take the fairy tale story of I'm going to play for my love for the team that I supported growing up.
Exactly.
Like SB says,
he's Brazilian. He's not going to have that.
Lewis Hall's actually, Lewis Hall's actually not from Newcastle. He's from Slough.
Really?
No, but his
from
family
London. He's
are
actually from West
Newcastle
London.
supporters.
Yeah.
His family, his
okay.
dad, his uncle, they're all
He's still a
Newcastle
London
No,
boy.
but
He's still a London boy.
SB's point is the best. Most of these players
still
want to play
Northwest
for the
London.
biggest clubs.
Yes.
I think if no club goes for Lewis Hall from here till the end of the summer, and if United tomorrow go and say, Lewis Hall, do you want to join? I guarantee you he'll try to push for a move. Because he will not want to...
Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go
go
ahead.
on. Go on. No, I was just...
Go ahead. No, go.
I was going to say because the reality is in these players' minds, especially by the way, especially I think for English players, United, a lot of them think United is the biggest club. I think Liverpool is the biggest club, but that's a conversation for a different day. But the point is, it's very close up top.
Well, you're going to see that
We
change
just fell out
next
massively.
generation.
Sorry, I have a
Guys,
criteria. That's why I have a
we're
criteria.
going-
Liverpool
we're
win
going
the
in for
criteria.
lunch.
But
The
anyways,
conversation is very good. I just
go
think
on,
that
Mo.
the big
Well, that
teams are way
generation,
more.
and the kids coming up now, they'll have known City as being that dominant club.
I think
That's
true.
That's true.
Again,
that is changing.
I'm just gonna
when
say
it comes
this.
to all these,
I see more
Like the ones
City
that are
kids
18,
in the
19
US
right now.
than
when it
United.
comes to all these
Same here
transfers,
in UAE.
it's always about horses for courses. And like for me with Bruno, I think Bruno, the reason why he did it because you look at him, he's 28, turning 29. He's at literally, I don't know if he's at the peak. He's past, I won't say past the peak, but he's at the peak stages where you're like, this is the best that I can do right now. After the next couple of years is going to go downhill. Is he willing to wait? Is he willing to go through another project like Man United, or will he take his bets on someone like an Arsenal who are already there, already?
But can I tell you something? But it's better than Newcastle anyway. With João Linton leaving, with Gordon
that's
leaving,
Yes,
like
I agree
with
with
Eddie
that.
Howe.
United do have
Like-
Champions
like-
League
like-
football,
Like
and
for
Newcastle
me,
track
if
record.
I was Bruno G, I would have pushed for Man United. At that when the club is falling apart.
But that's my
But
point.
that-
Why
Mo,
do
can
you-
I-
and
can I
I
say
don't-
something?
But
I
that's a
don't
conversation
think that
between the
there's
agent and him.
no attraction. I do think there's more attraction. My issue is not that there's I'm not saying there's not more attraction. I just don't think it's as extreme as you can walk in and pick out any player you want. I don't think it's that extreme. I also don't think others in Arsenal, any team at all this season can guarantee silverware, which is the attraction, because I agree with that comment that was put up. It's about going to the best teams. It's about winning. Okay. The only team I personally believe this season is probably guaranteed to get you a form of silverware is Arsenal, which is what's attracting them, because that's what makes a big team by most people's accounts.
This is how Paz and all the Arsenal fans who gloat all year, this is how they feel, I guess. Like, because Paz goes for it, whether we're bad, whether we're good, doesn't matter.
I'm going to need
I'll
to
look,
go and vomit after.
I'll tell
saying
you
that.
right now. The only reason why Lewis Hall is not a Man United player is because Man United won't put down the money required to get him. If they show up to Newcastle with 70 million, which Lou, I think is way too much money for a fullback.
It is
right?
a lot, yeah.
Yeah, but we've
and I
only
like
got
and I
Luke
rate
Shaw
Lewis Hall.
there,
I think Lewis
so
Hall is
yeah.
Yeah, but that's what they want.
I
KJ
think
is
he's
right.
a
That's what they
fantastic
want.
player.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it's what they are, but it's
roll
stupid
up,
overpriced.
if you roll up to Newcastle with 70 million and you put
He's
that
gone.
down on the table, he's gone.
He's gone.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
he's
He's
gone.
Man United.
But you have,
Yeah,
to, you have to
rebuild,
look at the
yeah.
motivation. Man United, are they
Maybe I just don't
actually
trust my club enough.
are they really gonna try that hard, or do they see other positions?
No,
as
we're
more
not.
No,
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 we're
Ram,
not.
that's a
I
different
don't think that Man
Apparently
United
we're
are
gonna
willing.
address defense
Guys,
next
I
summer.
don't think Man United are willing to invest 70 million in a fullback
No.
today.
That's why they're
Oh,
willing to
yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
Maybe they're
I
willing
think
to
they're
wait.
more likely to get
That's the
wrong.
reality. Let me read the supers. We're
But
going to
Mo,
Arsenal.
bringing it
Great
back to
mistake.
Arsenal, so do you think we're clear?
No,
do you think
we
we're
don't
done
want
about
to
Arsenal
No,
anymore?
go with the super chats.
No,
please.
because I want to, because he said something in
No,
his show.
no,
I think
I just
so.
want him to
I
repeat it.
genuinely-
Tickle my fancy, Mo.
I
You think
think
nobody's going to
Arsenal
challenge
are-
us?
I think you're clear.
Yes, salam. So nice to hear.
Can you?
But the
can you get
only
on the
team,
super
I
chats,
think the
please?
only on paper educated guess currently as it stands, I think the only team that has the
Chelsea.
capabilities are Chelsea. because
You
of the
see,
1 game a week thing.
If this was me, he would have gone straight to the super chats.
Oh, we're not. Well, Spurs only have 1 game a week. We're not going to consider them.
Stop it.
Spurs are
Yeah,
lucky that
bro.
they even get invited on panels. Come on, what are we doing here?
I would rather have Merino
Zerbi,
up front
come
instead
on. No, fuck Spurs.
Okay, let me just read this. I would rather have Merino up front instead of Eucharist. So is Ashraf.
100%.
So is
It's not, even, it's not even a question, bro.
No justice for Tom, justice for KG.
My guy,
That's what-
Fonz.
No, KG's
Tom?
in
That's
the
all.
bin.
Tom is
My
just a
God,
punching
Fonz.
bag, isn't he?
Who's
I always
Tom?
rated you, Fonz.
The only Tom I know is Tom Little. That's it. Who's Tom?
That's
Yeah,
same.
who is-
No, it wasn't a panelist. It was a chatter. Don't worry.
Oh, that's who the Tom is. Oh, I was thinking it was Tom. the Liverpool
SB,
player.
SB,
No,
hilarious,
it was
bro.
the
No.
chatter that you accused of assassinating.
No, it's
a
Tom,
player,
the
and then
super
yeah,
told
chatter.
me I
yeah.
Super
shouldn't.
chatter. Yeah.
What
happened
SB said,
put in a
how
super chat,
Chelsea?
and then KG
I-
said that I
SB.
can't form my own opinion, and my opinions are based on my viewers, and that I was only saying the opinion I had because somebody super chatted it in that subscribes to my channel. So actually,
No,
KG
no,
just said I'm not
my problem
capable of
wasn't
forming
with-
an opinion,
My problem
and
wasn't
also that
with
the
your
chatter
opinion.
was assassinating. Yeah, but you
Yeah,
said
the
I was
problem
only
was with
saying
his
what I was
opinion.
saying. But you said I was only saying what I was saying to back him because he's my subscriber. You're backing
That was
your
after.
guy.
Yeah,
I did say that.
KG, you did say that.
So-
after,
And I
yeah,
do,
yeah.
and I do
Untrue,
believe that
none
because it
of
was a
my-
garbage super chat.
And I
From-
believe
Guys-
that you're nuts because
Guys-
I don't form my opinions based on anyone else. So
I agree.
I just want to say this quickly. I
recant that
I saw
statement.
SB's comment where he said, "How will he said Chelsea? They have a right back in goal."
Yeah.
Who the right back? Oh,
He's not
Has any
Sanchez.
team won
Can
the
we,
league?
can
Has
we
any
just
team
say-
won
can
the league
we-
with a bad keeper? Has any team won the league with a bad keeper?
yes.
Maybe
think-
Leicester.
Who?
Could you say
no,
Leicester?
they had Casper Schmeichel, bro.
No,
That's really
Schmeichel was a good keeper.
He was, but
Unless
he's
it's an
never
anomaly.
been a. He was
Wait,
never.
Fabian
did you sign
Barthez.
Penders?
Fabian Bart.
Yeah.
Wait, what's happened to Penders, bro?
He
I
did
thought
sign
he was a good
Penders.
player.
Penders is a baller. He is a
not-
baller.
I thought he was a
He's
good
very
player.
good keeper.
I mean,
Until-
a keeper
until I-
can be a baller, but
Until
okay.
I see him. Until I see him.
I
for
watched a
Chelsea.
lot of Strasbourg last year, so
Yeah,
I've,
yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen a lot of
He's a
Penders.
good-
Very
he's-
good shot stopper.
He's a very talented goalkeeper. I'm
But,
surprised
so-
he didn't come on. instead
I'm
of him.
telling you,
came-
all the
you-
best keepers now are Belgian.
And I'm
He came
almost
so
done.
late
I
to
know
the
that. I was about
preseason.
to say this, Lou. I just
Sorry.
checked your channel, actually.
I saw the
What
Macronicle
happened?
said it there in the chat.
Do you know what the funny thing is? Mo still
Yeah.
hasn't subscribed to my channel.
Oh my
have
God,
you-
bro, that is
Do you want to know a
embarrassing.
nice story?
How do
No,
you know
look
I'm
at
not
the
subscribed
Harry-
to your
We're
How do you
trying
know I'm not
to
subscribed?
Yes.
first channel
Subscribe
that
to our
ever
Hold on,
sent me a
Can I,
rate.
can I just, how do you know I'm not subscribed to your channel?
I checked.
She could
How do you
probably
check?
look
How
it
do you
up.
check that? How do you?
Oh,
You can
you check-
hide.
for some reason
you
I can
can
see it on my
hide who
phone.
you're subscribed. No, you can
some
hide.
reason I see it on
So
my
you
phone.
can turn it off so
Okay.
someone can see if you subscribe to them. So you might
My
subscribe and
subscriptions
you
are
can't see 'em.
hidden, so you don't know if I'm subscribed to your channel.
Lou,
I thought I was watching their
Lou,
stream.
why did you say
I have no idea
that?
how these work.
Lou, why
I
did you
know
say
that
that?
my subscriptions are hidden.
Because
Anyway.
you've been
Why-
picking on me all stream since you got here. You
No,
and
I haven't.
Katie
I've been
just
picking on
picking
Mo.
on me. I'm
I've been
so
picking on Mo.
delicate.
I've been
You know
picking
what?
on Mo.
Guys, let me just read this.
Sorry.
2 hours. Why do Arsenal fans want Yildiz? Not gonna lie, I don't rate him. Ashraf, Barcola or Yildiz quickly,
Good
if they're
player.
same price.
Oh, easily, without even a question, Yildiz.
All right then.
I don't want. Look, someone called him the Black Martinelli. That's fair. I think he's smarter than Martinelli, to be fair. So maybe that is a bit of an insult. But I think we need a left winger who is an elite dribbler, because we need to sometimes be able to break low
Break down.
blocks with individual quality. And we have Saka who does that on the right. We don't have someone who does that on the left. And if you look at and even Saka used to do that really well 2-3 years ago. We don't know if he'll come back to that form. I think he will, but obviously we still have to wait. If I look at the best 5 clubs in Europe right now that are our main challenges for the Champions League, feels so nice to say we're there. Every single one of them has an elite dribbler.
KG.
Every single one of them.
0.
Bayern, Barca, Madrid, PSG. We're the
Liverpool.
only one who doesn't have an elite dribbler. up
You have
top.
Gyökeres.
Has he left? Did he actually leave? He left. You made him leave. You made him leave. You made him
Kai Havertz.
leave.
Kai Havertz, elite dribbler.
You made him leave. Oh no.
I think my comment cut off his internet.
No, I left.
I know
Because
you
I'm
left.
like, maybe if I don't leave, I'm gonna say something I shouldn't say live.
I know Konsa has the highest ground duels and pass accuracy for a centre back in the Prem. Guehi has been mediocre and shown his level at City. Been this panel.
That doesn't mean that you're a
He's not
better centre
mediocre.
back.
Come on. Okay,
That
now we're
doesn't
also
mean-
going crazy.
But that doesn't mean you're a better centre back. It just means that you're busy.
I never said a thing. What are you putting me in the bin for,
Guehi has
Kenan?
been mediocre. When is
I
he been
abstained.
mediocre? You're thinking of one moment in a game.
Nesta was more
Saying
busy
that
than
because of the
Maldini, but I
Everton
wouldn't say
game,
he's
he was
better.
mediocre for like 4 months. No, he wasn't.
By the
He
way,
was
I will say
He would
this.
not have been in that title race if Guehi wasn't performing well.
I
Because
would.
we had Diaz and Vardiol were injured, and it was
Yeah.
Guehi and Husanov, and we stayed in it. We would not have stayed in it if he was mediocre.
Fair enough.
I will say this
Right
though.
away.
Just a quick one, Mo. Even though Guehi is a top quality centre back, he didn't only have one bad moment. He made a big mistake against Fulham that they didn't capitalize on. He was humiliated by Valverde in the Champions League, and we're not talking about Vini or Mbappe. We're talking about Valverde, who's
Respect
good, but he's not an
Valverde.
elite dribbler.
Respect Valverde.
And he made another mistake against
Valverde's
Newcastle,
a
which
very-
also could have
very
cost
good
them.
player. We find that.
And he should have probably got a card against Salah when he pulled Salah and he was the last man. Let's not make it seem like he only made one error. He had 4 or 5 errors.
That's
Report-
all
We're not
people-
saying he's the
all
best of
people
the best
talk
of the
about
best.
is the Everton game.
We're not saying he's the
that's
best of the
only
best.
reason.
Yeah, because that cost you the title. Yeah, of course. I get you.
Reports are already showing that Aston Villa are looking into Tosin from Chelsea. Actually, I know that this deal is going to happen.
Dawson and
Ooh,
wait,
I
don't they have
think
Disasi
they
as well?
They need to move players on. They
They
have
have
like
Disasi as well,
46
right?
players.
You
So they have to
Rom?
work them on.
Do I have to
Wait,
get
when
the
is-
money gun out, Rom? Are you telling me I need to get it out?
Sometimes the English
Guys,
football clubs just need to stop dealing with Chelsea.
No,
bro.
I think Chelsea and Aston Villa have a deal together. The buying of Garnacho, the price of Morgan. Someone broke down the
Oh,
value
money
of
laundering.
this.
Yeah.
I hear it. Money laundering. I hear it.
Why?
No,
Why
they,
is it our
they changed the
I'm
rules.
not
You can't do that
I'm
anymore.
not against the shit. If it's within the rules,
No,
do it.
you.
Your
They
club
changed
should
the
do it.
rules. You can't do it anymore.
Hey, JM, we
I
need
think
to
they
have
just did it.
words. We have
Yo,
to have words.
Why
bro.
do
I think
why
this
do
is
when
ridiculous.
Chelsea make these sales to other clubs, people get mad at us? They're the ones
Yeah,
that
yeah,
want
you're
what
doing
we
the right
have.
thing.
You know how many times I used to cuss
plus-
Ashraf for buying all your players?
Plus
That's
Konsa.
not a me problem. That's an Ashraf problem. So don't curse me. Curse Ashraf.
That's not a me problem. That's a. I don't want to get into that.
Plus Konsa is a Europa League champion. Yes, he is. Konsa can play right back. That's a big difference.
Sorry,
Well, he
Brian
is
Johnson.
converted as a right back.
He's not going to play right back for us at all.
He ain't
Ever.
a right back. Like
No, but
doesn't
he can. No,
cross
but
this.
Mo, he can play right back, left back, centre back. Let's be real. He can.
He can play anywhere. Like I saw his Van Dijk
Yeah.
can play anywhere. It doesn't matter. He's a football player at the end.
No, I-
we can
no,
put we can
no.
put in anybody anywhere. It just doesn't
I mean,
mean
Van
that-
Dijk
Yeah, I
could
mean,
play-
know what I mean?
Chelsea,
I mean-
Chelsea have a right back for a keeper. So
I mean,
For example, Kolo will play central in centre back. He play right centre back. He play left centre back. He play left back. Like Kolo will play, but that doesn't mean he's great at it. Konsa can play right back. He can fill in as a right back, as the centre back. You guys know
He
that.
never
very
he can
well.
play
I don't
left
think
back
he
though.
ever
He can
will.
play left
What's
back.
going on with Timber? Is he really injured? Like a
injured.
really
Couple of
bad
weeks.
injury?
no,
Couple
it's a couple of weeks.
What is it this time?
It's
It's Achilles. I
He's
think.
very
I can't
injury
remember. I
prone.
can't remember.
That, I would be concerned about that.
Chelsea
lot of
guy
injuries.
is guys. Chelsea guys chatting nonsense. 1 game a week guy.
God damn.
That was based off I saw the timing of that super chat. Rosie, thank you for the super chat. We value you here at the Feedy Judge Mo community.
Stop with the foot fetishes. Come on. Ugh.
But
No, that's gonna because I asked Mo the question on stream first. No.
Jeez.
we told Mo to start an OnlyFans last time with this. You know?
We did.
Only feet. Only feet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Only feet. Yeah.
God.
only feet. But I respect your.
That
super
is the
chat.
weirdest thing to me. Sorry.
Yeah. With most.
And we're not going to freaking OnlyFans discussion on footage.
Yalla, finish.
That's where Judge Mo's getting all that money from that he's wiping his ass with. You were talking about.
Good point. Good point. Mo can
Konsa-
afford to buy Baleba. Like, go on.
Konsa is the best dueler and passing centre back in the league. He's definitely ahead of Lacroix and Colwell. Lacroix and Colwell have proven nothing.
And Konsa has proven something. What did Konsa proved over Lacroix? Lacroix won a conference league at
And Konsa won Europa.
at
League.
Palace. Lacroix
At
played a
fucking
lot of
Palace.
games.
At
Nah,
fucking
Palace,
Crystal
that's the
Palace
first
and
European title,
nobody.
Mo. First European title, Mo, means
first
something.
ever
Aston Villa got a
trophy.
Champions League, Mo.
Yeah,
Guys,
That
I'm not
was-
trying to shit on them, but if you take Fulham and play them in the Conference League, they will win it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
No,
level
they
of the Premier League versus all the clubs is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Don't
Euro-
disrespect
Europa
Raya
League,
via
yeah.
Conference.
Forest-
No, Brentford!
Forest
Brentford,
only-
Conference League champions.
Forest only lost a game last season or in the Europa League to another English team. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they also would have gone to win it if
With
Villa
a
was not there.
small squad too. Small
Yeah.
squad.
Yeah.
Look, I
Forest-
have no beef
Forest
with
have European
clubs that
heritage,
go into Arsenal
European
as the backup.
heritage.
That's a fantastic move for Arsenal. So I don't
Wow,
even
Palace
even
and
for the
Villa
50
more
million.
European trophies than Arsenal.
So the Forest
after,
as well.
after everything
That's
has
not
been
true, by the way. We have 2
Um,
European Cups, so that's not true. But anyways,
Forest have 2 Champions
After-
League.
But Villa have a Champions League and a Europa League, so that's
Oh yeah.
okay,
The
so
Quad
we're
won the
level.
FA
We're
Cup
level, I
too.
guess.
Ashraf,
Big up
after
Everton.
everything
I gotta look that up. They might.
after everything has been said about Arsenal, which I agree with, if Arsenal doesn't win the Premier League again, we should pitch in and buy Mikel Arteta first class ticket out.
Who's that?
Oh, so he's Arteta
It will-
out
it
if
will be
Arsenal don't-
I will say this: it has to be something catastrophic to happen for us to not win the league, given the level difference between us and the rest of the team. Because as I said earlier, we have the best keeper, the best defense, the best midfield, and we don't have the best attack, but we have the best attacking bench, I guess, if you want to say it that way. So we are a level above every other club. It'd be crazy.
Okay.
He's not. Look, I like Alisson. He's not better than Raya right now.
You
Let's
are a
not do a bit-
madman for having a
We
goalkeeper.
we never went for Bruno
jersey
this summer.
is
That's
cold,
for
bro.
Lou. Guys, that's
Black
for
and
Lou.
gold. Black and
Kenny is a
gold.
Man
I
United
argue
fan. He
with
said
the
it.
journalist that was reported. I mean, I didn't write the story. I just talked about the story.
I
But I
love
mean,
this.
it was reported, so it was.
I think
like-
his
Argue with
agent
the
told.
journalists. I don't mind.
I think it's his agent that forced him to move to Arsenal.
He hired a
cool.
super agent, the same super agent that got him the move to Newcastle. He rehired to get him the move to Arsenal. So
He did well.
Congrats on 1K, Lou. Yes,
thank
she
you
hit
very
Hey,
much.
big up,
Thank you,
Lou.
thank you, thank you.
She did 1K.
Guys, make sure you tune in to her show tomorrow where she tells you that Arsenal is going to win the league. Please.
It
don't
actually,
miss
it
out on
genuinely makes me sick. And my brother like subscribes to me, and he just messaged me in the family group chat. I'm like, just go away. I'm gonna have to block you for like several seasons now.
Smaller teams have more control over price. This is where the pull of the big teams
Yeah.
have reduced. They can't
true.
control the price anymore. I think this is where I agree. The problem is these teams are saying, we're not selling to you unless you get us this amount of money.
100 million has become the new
But
price.
I
I
think-
never said anything about
Would
us
I,
overpaid.
would I,
We
would
overpaid.
would I agree
Yeah, they're asking 100 million for Ryan.
KG? Is that I genuinely believe if big teams go to any team and they say, here is the money, players would always prefer to go to the
Yeah,
big
yeah,
team.
yeah.
Yeah.
The player will push.
Always.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
the money,
That
yeah.
would-
But now the
yeah,
clubs can hold players
Well,
hostage.
the players
look,
have
look
to
at
be
Atletico
smarter
Madrid.
and put release clauses in their contract.
Bro, yeah, but even the ones that do, like in Spain, they put $500 million for like someone like Alvarez. They
Yeah.
showed his pictures, you know, the team pictures, the
Yeah.
first photo you take with the jersey.
he looks
They
bad.
showed the one when he first signed, he was like smiling. They showed the one from last season, he was smiling wide, and they showed the one now, it looks like he's in prison. It's like he's
He
about
wants to
kill
go to
someone.
Barcelona. That's why you know,
Yeah.
It's clear.
he grew up
I think-
idolizing Messi. They all want to go to Barcelona because of Messi.
I think he will get that move.
Every
next
Argentine
season.
is-
I
Where
really
is
do.
where is the money coming from, bro? Like they're spending so much money. Gordon, Rodri.
Bro,
where
they
is
don't
the
earn
know
money?
about that.
they
market
earn
transfer.
crazy revenue,
print
bro.
money,
Why are
though.
people acting like they don't? They
Swear
earn
this-
mad revenue, bro.
Swear
They
they're still in
print a
debt.
lot of money. Yeah, they have. They were selling pieces of their old pitch for like hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
And people were buying it.
What
thing
I
is,
think is
they're-
the days
they-
of
It's
gentlemen's
almost like a
agreements are
church.
over.
We'll just say that.
I think going
Yeah.
forward, Everton's going to be in writing. So, like, I think really it started with Isak and the gentleman's agreement that he had to be able to leave with Amanda Stavely,
Correct,
which she
yeah.
since denied having. Then supposedly Bruno G had an out-of-date gentleman's agreement, also with Amanda Stavely, who has now bought a portion of West Ham, I believe. But there's all these gentleman's agreements across the board. Gyökeres supposedly had a gentleman's agreement with Sporting. That wasn't honoured as such. I think what the way of traditionally doing business and transfers is gone. I think it's a
By
whole
the way,
new
Sesko-
world, and whoever
Yeah,
adapts
because
the
most of
quickest
these owners
Ses-
have outside business interests, and when their two owners like have the same business interest, they can make a deal because of that.
I don't want
Sesko
another
wanted
job,
that
Mons.
last season, by the
I'm
way.
Jamaican. I got 3 jobs. I do not need a 4th job, Mo. All right.
Exactly. But listen, I want to thank everyone that joined us. Ashraf Talks Football is in the description. Go and support Ashraf. Does watch-alongs. He's going to do watch-alongs for most of the Arsenal games this season, of course. The Ramp stand is in the description as well. Does a lot of good work for Liverpool. The True City fan with Kelp and Patrick, of course, go and support the guys. They do shows every day. And also KG's channel is in the description. But Lou, Congratulations for 1K. Brilliant to have you here with us. That was a fantastic show, guys. All the channels are pinned in the description. I want to thank everyone that stuck with us, that actually supported us throughout the stream. And I want to appreciate everyone that stayed with us. This will take it to Pat. He has a panel on his stream. It's not going to be a solo show. We'll see what happens with that panel. I will see you guys tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. UK time. We'll be there with Spaz and Touchline and Josh, the Liverpool fan. And we're out to Liverpool.